the session is getting recorded, both audio as well as video, so that you will get to watch them. Okay. So if you have any challenges
joined the
around
conference.
that, reach out to WebEx. How do you reach out to WebEx? There is a conference. The number, toll-free number, has been given in the email. Follow the number, and when you call them, they will ask you either the URL or the event. You just give them the URL or give them the event. They will take care from that point. Okay. It's not me. I have no control on this, and also the company has no control on this.
Joined the conference.
Okay. So we are paying for them. They are providing services. Reach out to them. All right. So that's on the WebEx side. The next one, let's move on to the actual BPC product side. Okay. I'm sure a lot of people in the class may already heard the topic, but I have to go because I have new people and I have people who already experienced this one. Okay. So that's why I just wanted to start from the ground zero so that everybody in the same level. So coming to BPC product overview, what exactly BPC product does? Okay. Let's take a look at it. As most of you know, so BPC came from a product called Outlook Soft. Okay, yeah, quite so basically, even if you look for this one, actually it came from Hyperion. Okay, so Hyperion is a product initially came to the market primarily focused on planning, budgeting, forecasting, consolidation type of activity. So a team of individuals who left Hyperion started another company called Outlook Soft. Okay, Outlook Soft
has joined the conference.
What happened? SAP bought Outlook Soft after some period of time, maybe around 2005 or 6, whatever time frame, maybe 7. I'm not sure exactly. So once after SAP bought, okay, SAP bought this product. Once SAP bought the product, so this became BPC. Okay, this product become SAP BPC, Business Planning and Consolidation. Okay, business planning and consolidation. Okay, business planning and consolidation. It's primarily for planning, budgeting, forecasting, consolidation, management, and statutory reporting. We are going to talk about it. Okay, so we are going to talk about it. So we're going to take a look at it. We have two BPC solutions. How does the BPC solution look? So when you go to a customer site, when you build solution, how does that going to look? Right. So what you're looking at, you see this one. There is a management report piece here, and there is a planning exercise. There is a budgeting process. Okay. So these are all something that you have two solutions what you build, so you will get to know this one. So what I'm saying, to do this kind of activity, where you can do plan, where you could do budget, where you could do management reporting. So that is what BPC intend to do. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, Hyperion to Outlook Soft from SAP. SAP renamed the system Business Planning and Consolidation. So now this Business Planning and Consolidation right now offered for two different platforms. Okay. So this particular product is being offered in two different platforms. One is on the Microsoft side, one is on the NetWeaver side. Okay. So this platform product right now offered through Microsoft platform. Okay. So one is on the Microsoft platform. So this is offered under Microsoft platform. Okay. So one is on the Microsoft platform and another one is on the NetWeaver platform. Okay. It is not on the Microsoft, it's the NetWeaver. So what these are all, we are going to take a look at it. Okay, we are going to take a look at it. So under Microsoft, it's primarily targeted for non-SAP customers. What do you mean by non-SAP customer? Okay, so a customer who's using the transactional system other than SAP. When I say transactional system, I'm talking about financial accounting. Okay, things like this: general ledger, accounts receivable, payable, etc. These are all core backend operational systems. Okay, we call them OLTP systems. These systems are not an SAP system. These customers are called non-SAP customers. Okay, they could be using Oracle, they could be using PeopleSoft, they could be using JD Edwards, they could be using whatever, correct? But it's not an SAP system. So here you look at the entire thing. Okay, so the sales and distribution, production planning, human resource, customer, all of them are running in SAP. So that is why, so we have two different platforms. One is targeted towards a customer who is using non-SAP core transactional system. A customer who is using SAP core transactional system. So NetWeaver primarily for SAP customers. Okay, SAP customers. That means a customer using the backend system as financial accounting, these kind of systems. Okay, so these kind of systems. So what you are looking at actually is the core ERP. or the OLTP system, where a company can conduct business, okay, where a company can do sales and distribution, where a company can do production planning, materials management, okay, supply chain, human resource, right? So these are all different functions a business can perform on a daily basis. This is the core ERP, okay? This is the core ERP. So if a customer is using, okay, if a customer is using this kind of ERP system, then they will be preferred to go for NetWeaver platform, okay, NetWeaver platform. If a customer is using non-SAP, okay, they will be using Microsoft. Under Microsoft, there are different versions available, okay. So started with 5.1, okay, 5.1. That means BPC 5.1, BPC 5.1. So that is one of the versions. Then BPC 7.0, then BPC 7.5. From here, they moved on to 7.5.
Has joined the conference.
10.0. Okay, now it is 10.0. So from here, it moved on to BPC 7.0. From moved on to BPC 7.5. Okay, then it moved on to BPC 10.0. This is where we are right now. Okay, so where we are, this is what we are right now. So all the other
has joined the conference
become obsolete. Okay, so these are going to become obsolete. That means moving forward, SAP is going to focus only on BPC 10.0 under Microsoft platform for non-SAP customers. Okay, for non-SAP customers. So one of the non-SAP customers that I worked with, it's based out of New York. It's basically a healthcare company, North Shore Healthcare. Okay, so they are using BPC, but their transactions are in PeopleSoft. Okay, Kaiser is not using SAP. Their transactions are in PeopleSoft, but they do use these kind of tools. Okay, they do use these kind of tools, planning tools. So point what I'm trying to make you understand, under non-SAP platform, there are multiple different versions. Okay, so these are all product versions. Okay, these are all product version of BPC. Okay, what is this? It's the product version. So currently, what version that in the market is highly demanding from career point of view or sales point of view? 10.0. Okay, 10.0. All right. Now let's take a look at on the NetWeaver platform. In the NetWeaver platform, we also have same three versions. They don't have 5.1, but they do have these three versions. Under NetWeaver, okay, under NetWeaver, we have the same release. Okay, 7.0, 7.5, 10.4. Okay, so these are the different releases which comes under NetWeaver platform. Okay, again, when you move forward, you will have more clarity between Microsoft and NetWeaver. We will cover great extent for you to get to know both of them very well. Okay, so coming to BPC on NetWeaver, what are the current versions available in the market and what SAP is primarily selling actually? So SAP is primarily selling all these three versions, so all the 7.5 and 10.0. But as of now, SAP is going to focus on mostly only on BPC 10.0. Okay, this is basically the product roadmap. Okay, how the product came to current state. Okay, a team of individuals left Hyperion, formed OutlookSoft. From OutlookSoft, it came to SAP. Then SAP wanted to keep retaining the product for the existing customer, that's a non-SAP customer, and also for SAP customers. So that's why they have two different platforms. So in both the platforms, we looked at what are the different versions available. Okay, what are the different product versions available? So currently, the version that is high in demand or more need is 10.0. All right. How does it look? Okay, how does it look? So now, if you wanted to understand, so this is basically BPC 7.5 on NetWeaver. So what we are looking at, this is BPC 7.5 on a NetWeaver version. Okay, so this is not on Microsoft. I will show you the Microsoft version too. Just 1 minute. If you have any questions, post your question through the chat window. Okay, so this is basically the BPC 7.5 on a NetWeaver. Okay, BPC 7.5 on a NetWeaver. So these are the different applications and these are the different dimensions and other things, right? Again, we are going to study I just want to give a look and feel how does it look. So this is for 7.5 on NetWeaver, and this is 10.0 on NetWeaver. Okay, so what you're looking at, this is completely different now. Okay, so it is not the same as here. Okay, so if you do a comparison between the 7.5 and 10.5, there's quite a bit change. Okay, functionally, very
Has
much,
joined the conference.
but in terms of how do you use and what are the other, like, technical way of connecting, integrating, and doing stuff, slightly different. Okay, so
Has left the conference.
this is BPC on 7.5. This is BPC on 10.0. Okay, this BPC on 10.0. And how does the Microsoft version look? And this is basically the Microsoft version. Okay, this is basically the Microsoft version. It strictly runs on SQL Server. Okay, you see here, this runs on the SQL Server. Okay, so this is on the SQL Server. So there are different, like, functions and capability each one of those versions, but we are not here to compare what is out there in each version and do. We are going to focus on strictly on 10.0. Okay, we are going to focus strictly on 10.0 on the NetWeaver side. So I hope this gives you an idea how the product has been gotten and where the product right now and what are the different versions. So one important thing I wanted to add here, there will be more migration upgrade work. Okay, there will be more migration. Okay, migration and upgrade works. Okay, upgrade works on the way. Okay, on the way. So it's not people are going to build things from the scratch. They will slowly trying to migrate from either 5.1 into 10.0, or moving from Microsoft to NetWeaver.
Has left the conference.
Happen. Okay, all the things is going to happen. So migrating from one platform into another platform, upgrade within a platform, move from one version to another version. Okay, I hope you understand the difference between migration and upgrade. Migrating means you are migrating from Microsoft to NetWeaver. Upgrade, within the same platform, you are moving to a different version. Okay, you are moving to a different version. All right. So this is one of the topics I wanted to cover. Now let's deal with the technical architecture. Okay, now let's go so deep into the technical architecture side. Why? So we need to understand how this conceptual view could be transformed into a physical view. Correct? What we're looking at is a conceptual logical view. So how do we transform this into a physical view? That's basically one of the technical architecture. So now we wanted to understand the technical architecture behind the scene BPC. Not necessarily only for BPC 10.0. We want to understand, I told you guys, when you go out and look for opportunity, the opportunity could be on the migration side, or an opportunity could be upgrade, or opportunity could be new implementation. So what kind of opportunity we can expect?
Yogesh?
So,
Has joined the conference.
Migration. Okay, migration opportunity. I'm hoping that there are customers who's using Microsoft, they want to move on to NetWeaver. Then upgrade. Then new implementation. Okay, new implementation. So these are the different opportunity you can expect. When you get to this opportunity, we do need to know the technical architecture really very well. Why? Because you are expected to provide support. You are expected to provide advisory or a direction, whatever you call, depends on the role that you play. Okay, so I see a lot of opportunity. I am already talking with two of my clients. Okay, so they were thinking to migrate from Microsoft to NetWeaver, and some of them are thinking about upgrading from 7.5 to 10.0. Okay, so these type of opportunity you will have. Okay, all right. So there are two questions. Let me take those questions and then I will answer. Usually I'll take it at the end, but I'm just in the first class I'm trying to take. So one is, which version of BPC non-SAP versus SAP has more market share? Okay, so very simple. If you look at here, the sales is very high here. Okay, sales is very, very high here. Sales in this space. Okay, sales in this space is very high. So now you know where you have opportunity. Okay, this is a place SAP makes more sales. And I don't know, you know this gentleman called Muthu Ramanathan. He is the EPM Global Director for Center of Excellence. I spoke to him 2 days back. And I also spoke to a lot of small firms. So everybody says there is a need for a resource around this space and not on this space. Doesn't mean this is a dead in the water. This is also has opportunity, but the sales that mostly take place here. Okay. So now you could figure out, Tanga, where the opportunities are going to be. All right. The second question, don't companies migrate from NetWeaver to Microsoft? Okay. So this is very rare, Mr. Venkat. Okay. So this part, what he's saying, migrating from NetWeaver, okay, into Microsoft. So this is something like I'm driving BMW, I want to go and run like Ford. So it's that kind of situation, correct? I'm not trying to criticize, but I haven't seen someone moving from NetWeaver into Microsoft. That is going to be a heck of a deal. Why? It is not that easy. Damn, it's pretty hard. Why it's hard? The data and then the stuff that what you built for NetWeaver moving into Microsoft, I think it is practically impossible. Okay, I'm not saying technically it is not possible. It is going to be extremely hard to migrate from NetWeaver into Microsoft. The other way, Microsoft NetWeaver, it's possible. So I have my friend Mr. Vijay here in the call. He's one of the solution architects at Autodesk. Hey Vijay, can you add?
Has joined the conference.
Do you have you ever seen someone migrating from NetWeaver?
Window Tripathi
has left
Vijay,
the conference.
Vijay, can you add a point here? Actually, because you've been involved both Microsoft as well as NetWeaver. Have you seen anyone migrating from NetWeaver to Microsoft? So Venkat, I haven't seen, and I honestly don't think that's going to happen because it's going to be pretty heavy lifting exercise of migrating from NetWeaver to Microsoft. All right. So let's move on. Okay. So it's a great question, but keep asking these questions, and then I will try my best to answer. If it's not, then I'll try to answer towards the end of the class. Okay. So now what we need to understand, technical architecture. I told you why we need to understand technical architecture, because of this kind of opportunity. Migration opportunity, upgrade opportunity, new implementation requires deep technical expertise. All right. So how does BPC look? Okay. So technical architecture-wise, it's very similar to any web technology you could imagine. Okay. Any web technology you could imagine. So if you look at any web technology, you have a user interface, right? So you always start with a user interface. Okay, user interface or a GUI, okay, a graphical user interface where user can come and access this one. Okay, from there it goes to the next level. It depends on what we do. Okay, it depends on what we do. So if it's a web technology, you are going to land a web server. Okay, you're going to land a web server. Okay, we are going to land a web server. So that web server is basically takes further down to an application server. From here, the control goes to application server. Again, don't think we are getting into too technical. These are all something you really need to understand. Why? You will be in a spot, no matter whether you are a finance person, whether you are a controller, you do need to understand this. Okay? If someone come and walk you through how does a solution look or what BPC can do, we need to be in a position to understand what they're talking about. Okay? So that is why this is very important. And the next level is going to go to an application server. Okay, so what it is, we're going to take a look. From then, it goes to the backend data storage. Okay, from backend data storage. Okay, so from here it goes to data storage. Okay, database. Okay, server. So it goes to the database server. And what this database server is supposed to do, it should collect data from multiple different sources. Okay, then down below, what you see, source system, which feeds to this one. Okay, source system. Okay, source systems. So which will connect it to this one. It could be an SAP system, or it could be an Oracle system, or it could be a PeopleSoft system, or it could be a JD Edwards system, or it could be any system. It doesn't matter. Okay, so these are all different source systems where you could pull data. Okay, it is not only that, it can also connect to a file. Okay, it can also connect to a file. So you can read from a file, or you can read from an application. Okay, you can read from an application, or you can read from a social media. Okay, social media. So all these are all source systems. Okay, so what I'm saying, how does a typical systems are working? Correct? Like now, if you look at any business intelligence system, so you have a user interface. From the user interface, you are going for a web server. From the web server, you're going for an application server. From the application server, you are going to different sources. From there, you are going to pull data. Okay, from there you are going to pull data. So BPC also follows a same approach. Okay, the same approach BPC follows. So in this approach, okay, what exactly BPC letting you to do? Okay, so what I'm looking on the top, see for example in BPC 10.0, what this is. So this is nothing but, okay, if you look at here, it's a user interface, the browser. What the HTTPS is, it's a secure hypertext transfer protocol, secure packet layer. Okay, it operates on a secure packet layer. So what does it mean? Okay, it's connected to the next level. Okay, so what is that? That's the web server. Okay, it is nothing but a HTTP handler. Okay, HTTP handler. So this is true for any VPC. Even for example, when I go to Microsoft. Okay, when I go to Microsoft, what do I notice, guys? So for example, so this is a Microsoft version. Okay, I'm running this one, a Microsoft version. So when I launch the Microsoft browser, okay, so it's an Internet Explorer. So when I launch this one, I'm going to type the URL. When I type the URL, it brings me back the BPC user interface. See this one? So what is this? This is what we call user interface. Okay, in BPC, we do have an user interface. So that user interface depends on what version you choose. It's going to vary. Okay, it is going to vary. So it could be 10.0 could be different than 7.5. 7.5 could be different than 5.1, 7.0, etc. So, but the bottom line message, what we need to understand, right? So, when you wanted to access BPC, we have to have a user interface. Okay. So, if you look at the user interface, okay, if you look at the user interface, this is a browser 10.0, it's a completely browser-based interface. Okay. Anything, everything runs only on the browser. Okay. From here, you can access Excel, Word, PowerPoint, etc. So going back here, what user interface BPC provides, irrespective of whatever it is, okay, whatever the version. So the user interface currently supported in BPC is number one, browser, okay, Internet Explorer, okay. What is that? It lets you connect through Internet Explorer. You can use Internet Explorer. So one is Internet Explorer, IE, okay, browser. So this is a browser. It's a browser based. Okay, it's a browser-based access. Okay, you can access through browser-based. So this is for BPC 10.0. Okay, BPC 10.1, everything done through browser. So now, if you are not using this, then you have other interfaces. Okay, one is BPC, okay, admin. Okay, for doing administration tasks. Okay, so what is this? This is a BPC admin client where I can do administration tasks. But in 10.0, when you go little deeper, you will understand the admin function is embedded in the browser itself. See this one? So what I'm doing, planning and consolidation, administration function. See this one? So this is completely done on the browser. In the prior version, there is a separate admin client. Okay, this needs to be installed. There is a separate admin client. This needs to be installed. Okay, so there's a question. Please slow down, Jyoti. I am not sure what you mean by slow down. Okay, I think if you have challenges in hearing, probably we need to change the phone. Okay, so if it is too fast, either the session or the way I speak, maybe we can take it offline. We'll discuss. But I believe I'm delivering the instruction almost several years. Okay, I'm fine. In case if you have any challenges, let's call me after the class. You and I will discuss separately. Okay. All right. The second question, that's it. The second question, okay, no problem. The second question that I have, does it work on Firefox or just IE? It's only Internet Explorer. Okay. Right now, it's Internet Explorer. Down the line, things might change. Okay. Down the line, things might change. It's only for Internet Explorer. And that is why we need to work with you to install and configure. Because if you go to Firefox or any other browser, it may not work. Okay, you may expect it to install and configure. You know how this works, right? You will have a lot of other challenges. All right. So good. Coming back here, what we have, other user interface, BPC admin, and this is for This is for BPC less than. Let me put it this way. This is for less than 7.5. Okay, less than or equal to 7.5 version. Okay, 7.5 version. anything less than 7.5 will be using this client. Okay, so now the next one is the BPC for Excel. Okay, BPC for Excel. So next is BPC for Excel. Okay, BPC for Excel. So that's another client. So for example, you see this one, it says a BPC for Excel. That's one thing. You see it says available interface. Click this. Here you see interface for Excel. That is also one of the interface. Okay, I told you this is primarily targeted for people who actually working on the finance side or planning side. Most of the planning, budgeting, forecasting are done using Excel. So that's why they use Excel interface. Okay, so people who are doing financial planning, budgeting, forecasting, or any kind of a data analytics, mostly they prefer to use Excel. Since Excel is being predominantly used, so they built an interface for BPC Excel. So the next is BPC Excel, same here. They also have two other interfaces. Okay, these are the user interfaces. Okay, so that interfaces basically BPC on the PowerPoint side. If you want to create an executive presentation, then we use PowerPoint. Then we use BPC Web. Okay, so there's a BPC Word and then Web component. Okay, BPC Word, then BPC Web. Okay, so next is BPC Web. Okay, so this is for the different interface. So what I'm saying, this is different. Okay, why it is different? This is a newer version. Okay, it's 10.0. It's all plugged inside. In 10.0, all of them. You see this one? The individual functions of admin, Excel, PowerPoint, Word, BPC Web, it's all plugged in 10.1. When you go to one interface, it takes care of everything. When you go to home, you see this one. Office add-in for Excel, Office add-in for Word, Office add-in for PowerPoint, planning and administration. Okay, it's everything brought onto one single interface. That's on the 10. If you go to 7.5 or lower versions, there are different clients that we're using, and that's basically what you're looking at. See this one? So these are the different interfaces. You have a web interface, you have an Excel interface, you have a Word interface, you have a PowerPoint interface, and that's what we are talking about, right? So if someone asks you under what interface you could access BPC, these are the interface. If it's a 10, strictly all in one, completely browser. Okay, it works completely on the browser. So it's a, I would say, a drastic change. Okay, it's a change. All right. So now, how does the next level of communication? I told you it's a URL. Okay, it's a HTTP request. So that's why it's called HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It's a HTTP request. It's not a GUI request. Okay, what do you mean by GUI request? Okay, for example, if I want to access an SAP system, okay, so if I want to access an SAP system, see this one? It's a GUI. It's a graphical user interface. See this one? It is not a HTTP request. It's a client I need to install in my laptop or a PC. Okay, but when it comes to here, okay, I'm not expected to install any client. Okay, so there's no client required. It works on the browser. Okay. Okay, yeah, so there are several situations we used words. Okay, so coming to here, if I want to access BPC, all I have to do, okay, log in to the website, okay, or launch the website and give the URL. Okay, give the URL. Here, no configuration, nothing required. All I need is just the URL. Okay, all I need is just the URL. Okay, so now going back to if I want to access SAP systems, okay, SAP BW, SAP ECC, I'm not using a browser. I'm using a different software. Can I see this one? This is called GUI. Okay, this is called GUI. So this GUI is what, like, we have saying it's a user interface. Either it could be a user interface or graphical user interface. These are the things. So point what I'm trying to make, where the next level goes, it goes to a web server. Okay, it goes to a web server. That is, again, it's based on what version we are going to use. In 10.0, they don't use Microsoft. They use it strictly SAP One proprietary. Okay, SAP One web server. Okay, it is not a Microsoft-based version. So the next level of communication, it's going to be based on the version. This is going to change. So there are two different web server SAP is using for 7.5. Okay, if it is 10.0, there's a different one. The remaining are different one. Okay, so this is going to be SAP's one web server. Okay, it's SAP's own web server. Okay, this is SAP own web server. So I'm sure some of you know. Okay, the SAP has its own application server. Okay, application server. So that basically is the part of this one. The SAP web application server. What? Okay, SAP web application server. That's the SAP own server. So that's what SAP uses. Okay, right next to the communication for the 10.0 is going to be this. For other version, okay, the communication is going to be slightly different. Okay, so what is that? This is going to be Microsoft based one actually. So this is for 7.5 and lower version. They use IaaS. Okay, Microsoft IaaS. Okay, Microsoft IaaS. Internet Information Services. Okay, Microsoft IaaS. So that's a web server. Okay. This is the web server from. Okay, this is the web server from Microsoft. Okay, or it's a HTTP handler. Okay, someone has to handle the request. Okay, HTTP handler. So who's going to handle this request? Okay, it's going to be this fellow. Okay, all right. The next one, what is the next level of communication? So after this is done, then where it goes to go? It's going to go for an application server. So SAP has one application server. This is an SAP one application server. So this supports two versions. Okay, this has two tags in it, ABAP plus Java. That means you can write instructions in both the language. Okay, you can write in ABAP and you can write in Java too. But this one has a different one. So this is Microsoft .NET Application Server Framework. Okay, Application Server Framework. Okay, so it's a framework which is basically Microsoft .NET. Okay, so Microsoft .NET framework. So all we need to understand, when you go for migration, when you go for upgrade, we do need to know all the technicality. Okay, why? These are all. How are we going to migrate from Microsoft to here? Okay, so how are we going to migrate from IaaS into an SAP-based version? Okay, so we do need to know this one. Okay, we do need to know this one. All right. So now we are trying to get to know how the user can access this one. Hold on, there's a lot of questions here. Okay, so there's a question from Sridhar. Have you ever come across a client that use Word, PowerPoint in the implementation? It is not part of the implementation, it's part of the solution. Okay, so these are the questions I am trying to answer. Hold on a second. Okay, so the first question is from Sridhar. So he's asking me, what is he asking me? Have I ever come across a client that use PowerPoint in the implementation? Okay, yes. So it's primarily for example, I created a cash flow statement. I created a balance sheet statement, right? For example, see if you look at the solutions, in the solution, you see a full P&L or a cash flow balance sheet. I want to take this into a PowerPoint, or I want to bring this into part of my Word document so that I could submit the business case. Let's say these are all planning, correct? I do a business plan for the next fiscal year of 2012. I want to present the business plan to the corporate executives. When I want to do that, I need to use PowerPoint. I cannot take the screen and show them. Correct, Sridhar? You cannot take this laptop on screen and show them, hey, this is how it looks. Okay, so you need to import this into a Word document or a PowerPoint. So if it's an executive presentation, probably use the PowerPoint. Okay, this report will be inserted into the PowerPoint. All right, it is not an executive presentation. It is a business case I need to submit. So you cannot submit a business case. You can if you want, but mostly people use Word document to submit a business case. Under such situations, we use this one. Okay, and it is quite common. Nothing to worry about it. This is very simple. Sridhar, is it clear? Okay, all right. So next question, our friend Mr. Ravi. Do we get a copy of the presentation? You will get everything, gentlemen. Nothing to worry. That's why I told you beginning itself. Don't take any notes. Okay, close your personal stuff. Just watch the class. The session is getting recorded. You will have the PowerPoint. You will have systems and everything. Okay? I would say one of the most powerful training in the world. Okay, you will have everything. Nothing to worry. So what about BPC and non-SAP version 10? Which web server it is going to use? Okay, so BPC on that is going to continue to use. Okay, so here it's a good point. Okay, so here what the question is, if BPC, this is for NetWeaver, correct? So what I'm talking about. So if this is for Microsoft, the one that I'm using here, it is for NetWeaver. Let me put it here actually. This is for NetWeaver. Okay, so this is for NetWeaver. Hold on a second. It's a good point. Very good point. Okay. So this is strictly for NetWeaver platform. Okay, this is for NetWeaver platform. Okay, if it is Microsoft, it's going to follow the traditional way. Okay, so let's say we are using BPC, the browser still remains the same. Okay, that is not going to go away. So the browser thing still remains the same. All right. So if it is Microsoft, it's going to continue this part. Okay, is that clear, Mr. Sangha? So are you able to follow now? So this is for an MS platform. Okay, if it's an MS, it's going to follow this part. Okay.
Okay, so I hope things are clear now for Sangha. I'm going to move on. Okay, so based on what you have seen so far, we understood how the communications are going to flow from the user. The next thing is going to be, it's going to get to the data storage. Okay, this is another important thing you need to understand. So what you need to understand, where the data are going to store for here. Okay, it's very important. Okay, very important. Why we need to know? Okay, which product is competitor to this SAP BPC application? So there is a question from our friend. It's basically the competitor of this one. Okay, Hyperion is a competitor, and Cognos TeamViewer, I believe it's Cognos TeamViewer or something. I don't know exactly name. That's a competitor, and Microsoft also has one of the products. I believe it's called Performance Point. I'm not sure. Okay, those are the competitors, but I don't think in an SAP landscape you could bring any other product. Okay, so that's why I told you when Venkat asked the question, can we migrate from NetWeaver to Microsoft? It's very rare. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be a heck of a deal, a lot of issues. So answer to your question, the competitive product for BPC, number one, Hyperion. They're neck to neck. Okay, they're like a brothers. Number two, Cognos. Okay. Number three, there are so many other different products in the market. Like a Microsoft has one version. There are a lot of small players in the market. They do have something. Okay, but an enterprise suite. Okay, where you can do all in one. That's BPC, not even Hyperion. Okay, Hyperion has like a individual product that got integrated. BPC has a solution which has all the components together. Okay, for example, F-Space. Example, HFM. Example, HSF. So these are all individual products which bundle together. But BPC all built in one solution. Okay, what does it mean when you go to BPC? See, for example, so here I could do planning, budgeting, forecasting all in one. Okay, so when I go to, let's for example, hold on a second. So when I go to BPC, in one solution, with one product itself, okay, I should be able to planning, budgeting, forecasting. Hold on, what is happening here? See this one? This one platform, one product will let you do, I can do financial planning, I can do legal consolidation, I can manage ownership, I can manage exchange rate. It's all in one. But if you go to Hyperion, these are all individual products, but comes under one suite. Okay? So answer to your question, I don't see any competitor who has this level of an enterprise view, okay, or any competitor who could bring a non-SAP solution, make it work in an SAP landscape. It's pretty tough. I'm not saying there's no customer, there are, but it's tough. It is quite a challenging exercise. Okay, all right. So going back to the next area, how does it's going to go further down? Okay, it's based on what platform you choose, what version you choose. Okay, so in this case, if you look at here, we are strictly focusing on 10.0. So 10.0 is going to use SAP BW. Okay, it's going to use SAP BW. So where the data is going to stored and retrieved, in this case, it's on SAP BW. Okay, so here we are talking about SAP BW. It's on 7.3. Okay, it's on 7.3. So this is where we have data stored. Okay, this is nothing but your data server. Okay, data server. So where the data are going to store. So for example, if you noticed, so this is what I say, my BPC 10.0 front-end interface. Under the interface, where I'm an admin. Okay, administration. Under administration, sorry, I'm at home right now. So when I go to administration, you see dimension and models. Okay.
Navendu has joined the conference.
So these are all different models. Now when I go to the backend, okay, when I go to the backend, so this is the backend, okay, you see this one, they're all different backends. So where am I? I am part of environment. See this one? what you notice actually,
has left the conference.
We call it an environment. In this environment, okay, that's what mine. Okay, you see on the top where it says EPM user 023, that's me. Okay, EPM user 023, it's me. When I expand, okay, so here I will get to see all of them. See this one, it says the consolidation. Here also is the consolidation. Here is the ownership. Here is the ownership. Here is the planning. Here is the planning. Rate, you see rate. Now go to dimension. Okay, when I go to dimension, so this is again got linked to the dimension. Okay, see this one. These are all different dimensions. So what is dimensions? What is model? We are going to study when we get to an application architecture. So the point what I'm trying to make you understand. Okay, so every front-end operation, okay, every front-end operation has a deep connection to the back-end. So in this case, sorry. So in this case, if I'm coming from BPC 10.0 of a NetWeaver platform, okay, how does it going to store and retrieve data? It has to use SAP BW 7.3. Okay, so it has to use SAP BW 7.3. All right. Okay. Now, how does that connect to the core backend? Okay. When I say core backend, the source system, from where it's going to get the actual information, source information, and that's on the SAP ECC or the transactional system. Okay. So this one connected to, okay, this one connected to the actual core, the transactional system. Okay, so this is connected to, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so this is connected to the core transactional system, which is nothing but SAP ECC. So what we call, this is the source system. Okay, this is the source system. In this case, SAP ECC 6.0 by default. Okay, what do you mean by that? You see this one? Okay, we just looked at the front end. Okay, this is my front end BPC 10.0 got connected to the backend. Okay, this is the backend. This is the backend. In this one, I see a source system. Click on the source system. Here you get to see different sources. You see this one? It says SAP. Okay, so what does this does? This is basically connected to the actual core ERP system. Okay, the SAP ECC system. See this one? It connected to the SAP ERP system. Hold on. Okay, so this idiot didn't give me an authorization. Okay, so what this is that it connected to the backend. Okay, what this done? It connected to the backend. What I have here, so this is where I can see all the data. Okay, I can see all the data. So when I go to the backend, okay, so when I go to the backend, so here I can get to see the data. Okay, so this is when I have the actual data. See this one? This is the material data. These are different materials. Okay, it's in different language. Guys, let's go ahead and get rid of this one. So point, what I'm trying to say, this feeds the data. Okay, this feeds the data. So it is not easy. Okay, compared to other systems, this is not that easy to do stuff. It's quite challenging, but it is doable. Okay, it's quite challenging. It is doable. So I'm not saying you will do everything from day one, but this is how you build solutions. Okay, if I want to bring the materials to do my revenue planning, okay, how much revenue I'm going to make, or how much expense I'm going to incur, I need a material. Okay, how do we get this material? So that's in a different system.
Has joined the conference.
That system, that is what the SAP system. And how do we get to this one? Okay, you get to this one by doing all the settings, right? Like now, so going back here, how does the front end connect to the back end? So in this case, if you notice, I'm coming from BPC 10. BPC 10 has its own web server, its own application server, and it connects to the SAP BW backend, and that further connects to ECC. So now you have to understand, correct, what it takes to build a solution in SAP BPC. Keep in mind, we haven't even looked at BobJ. Okay, we haven't even looked at where business object comes into picture. So that is also going to come. That's the next topic. Okay, so this is, if someone wanted to understand what is the BPC technical architecture, correct, this is what it is. Okay, this is what it is. If any one of the pieces is missing, there is no way you could build a solution. Okay, if any one of the pieces is missing, correct, no way you could build a solution. Again, it depends on what role we play. It's based on the role, the level of depth and knowledge is going to vary. Okay, so if you are thinking about a BPC consultant who just builds application solutions, we may not need too technical. If you are going for, okay, if you are going for a deep solution architect, someone like Vijay, someone like Suresh, correct? These guys, they are solution architects on end. If someone wants to get to that level, you do need to know this one, because that's how you solve problem. Okay, if I want to get, let's say I need like a specific data source. Okay, I need to bring a specific data source. So in that case, excuse me, sorry. So if I wanted to bring my GL account, okay, so if I want to bring my GL account, or if I want to bring my specific information around payroll, pensions, okay, how do we bring this one? So these are all my payroll information. So I do need to know all those things. Okay, so what is this one? These are all payroll related information. Let's say I want to bring my GL account. Correct? How do we bring this one? So these are all my account related information. Okay, see this one, these are all I have my account related information. Okay, so GL account number. So I need to bring all those things. So point is, when you talk about providing a solution, involves every piece of information which is connected here. All right, so this is for on the NetWeaver version of 10.0. Now when you come to Microsoft version, no matter what this are all, correct, it's a 10 point or 7 point, whatever that is, correct. So what this does, this is not connected to SAP BW, so this is connected to, okay, different version, different database. Okay, what is that going to be? So that is going to be SQL Server. Okay, that is going to be SQL Server. So this is connected to not the actual SAP BW system. So this is connected to SQL Server. Okay, so this is not an SAP BW system. It is a SQL Server. Okay, this is Microsoft SQL Server. Sorry, MS SQL Server. Okay, MS SQL Server. So it could be different version. Okay, database server. Okay, data server or database server. Okay, data. So this is where you store and retrieve data. Okay, this is where you store and retrieve data. So what I'm trying to tell, how you differentiate between. Okay, how you differentiate between. Keep in mind, this is only for Microsoft. Okay, again, I do need to add one more for the other version on the NetWeaver side. Let me add it too. Okay, let me add that too. So what I'm saying actually, under here, okay, under the other version, so depends on what we have. Okay, so what platform we're going to choose, that's going to vary. 1 second, let me do it. Okay, so here again we are differentiating between two platforms. Okay, so platform 1, Microsoft, platform 2, NetWeaver. Okay, so this is basically two different platforms we are talking right now. Okay, 1 second. Again, we are going to focus on 10.0. Since there will be opportunity around migration, upgrade, we have to understand this whole thing. Okay, there we cannot go and say, oh, I have no idea. Okay, I have no idea. We cannot say that. So here is 10.7.0. So what this is going to be, when a BPC on other version, okay, when BPC comes on other version, the database server is going to vary based on the platform. Okay, this is for NW platform. Okay, this is for NW platform, and this is for MS platform. Okay, this is for MS platform. So if BPC runs on 7.5, okay, this is 7.5, and it's a NetWeaver platform. The web server, both the platform are same. Application server, both the platforms same. The data on which it's stored and retrieved, it's going to be different. Okay, what it is going to be? If it is a NetWeaver, SAP BW 7.0. If it's a Microsoft, it's going to be SQL Server. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so what we are seeing here. So this is BPC 7.5 on NetWeaver. Okay, BPC 7.5 on NetWeaver. Okay, so what you're looking at, it says AppShell 151. Now when I go to my backend, okay, this is my backend, and look for 151. Okay, so this is my SAP BW. So what you're looking at, it's an SAP BW system. You can see, click on systems, status. So this will tell you what kind of system you're connected. Okay, this will tell you what kind of system you are connected. Hold on a second. You see this one? It gives you all the information. Okay, it gives the information what system you are connected to. Okay, it says the transaction code RSA1. Okay, so people who's been involved in SAP, they know this one. Okay, so coming back to here, what I'm trying to tell you. So this front end. Okay, how does this front end? Okay, this is the 10.0 front end connected to the backend. Okay, which is this backend. Okay, which is this backend. Which backend? Here. Okay, so this backend is the one it's connected. Okay, hold on. info provider. So if I go to my environment, which is this guy, I can see both of them. See this one? I see all the dimensions, and here also I see them. So these are all connected to each other. Okay. So this backend, okay, this backend systems, go to status. There you will get to see what system you are connected. Okay, what system and what release and every information which is required. Okay, so if you look at, it's a BW 7.3. See this one? It's a BW 7.3. It's connected to this one. Now what I'm talking about, it is not 10.0. It is 7.3. So this 7.3 connected to another version of SAP BW. So that is 7.0. Go to system, go to status, and here you see it is a 7.0. See this one? It's a 7.0. And the same thing, whatever you're looking at here, you should be able to see. So let me go to 151. Okay, so that is my, where is that? Maybe it's gone somewhere. Hold on. Okay, I have no, it's somewhere here in mind, like, I just need to, yes, here, see. So this is a 151. So this is basically mine. Whatever I do, it's here. So now, for example, when I go to application, when I expand application, the first one, what's the BPC class demo 1. And that's what you see. You see this one? So this is the front end, it's a back end, it gets connected. And that's what we are talking here. Okay, so that is what we are talking here. So for the other versions, 7.5 lesser versions, the middle tier and the application server, the web server are same, no change. The backend is going to
has joined the conference.
If it's a NetWeaver, it's going to use BW 7.0. If it's a Microsoft, it's going to use SQL Server. Okay. If it's a Microsoft, it's going to use SQL Server. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So these are all we need to understand. Okay. So when I go to the backend, okay, what I see, where the data is stored and retrieved, okay, it's stored and retrieved in a SQL Server database. I'm just launching SQL Server. 1 second. Okay, so this brings to an end of the technical architecture. I'm not saying we are done with it. It's a good start. When you move along, you will get to learn a lot. Okay, when you move along, you will get to learn a lot. Okay, so let's just give a quick overview how the backend is connected, the front end is connected to the backend. Okay, you do need to know. Okay, the most challenging, time-consuming task in BPC, setting up the data. Okay, the most time-consuming task is the setting up the data. If that is achieved, the actual implementation or the configuration of the systems, other things, it is not going to take too much time. Okay, so this is basically like, if you go here, you will see different database. Okay, so one of the databases is called AppShell. Where am I? You see on the front end, it says AppShell. Look at my cursor. Okay, look at my cursor, it says AppShell. When I expand AppShell, this is going to go further down. Okay, when I expand AppShell, it's going to give you all the tables. So these are the different tables that is involved. I'm not going to go, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Okay, I wanted to give you an idea how the front end connected to the back end for Microsoft version. It's on SQL Server. Okay, again, I am not expecting you to learn all those things. Get an idea. Just focus only 10.0. Okay, focus only 10.0. All right. Okay, let me close. There are so many things I've opened. Okay, there are some questions. One is actually, Jyoti, if someone has to upgrade BPC 10.0, then is it a tech requirement? Then should be, I think it has both. Okay, the question that is asked actually here. So one is upgrade question. Okay, so upgrade question. So it's from Yogesh. Yogesh is asking. So what is he asking for? So number one, if someone upgrade from up to BPC 10.0, then it's a tech requirement. We should be on 7.1. It should be no upgrading to 10.1. When you say this one, I need to know, is it the NW or an MS? Okay, is it the NW or MS? So whatever that is, okay, whatever that is, we do the prerequisite to go to this one for sure 7.3. Okay, so this has to be in 7.3. If this is not there, nothing happens. Okay, this is the requirement. Okay, see this one, this has to be SAP BW has to be in 7.3. If that is not, nothing happens to be done in NetWeaver. Microsoft, I'm not that familiar what version of SQL Server supports. We will need to find the right version. We need to do this one. So when you do upgrade, it has both technical upgrade, functional upgrade. Okay, content need to be migrated, technical platform need to be provided. Okay, so this is basically like one of the things that we need to do. All right. Second is, sorry, what is the most challenging part of BPC? Okay, I'm not sure when you say most challenging part, we haven't really gone anywhere. We are just trying to get an idea on this one. The challenge, I would say, okay, getting requirement, then taking the requirement to the next step, correct? Design, that's the challenge, correct? Because nobody knows it's a new area. It's only limited people knows about it. So that is the most challenging point. I would say that everywhere you have technical challenges, but since it's coming more on the process side, it's coming more from the finance side. So having that kind of knowledge and take that to a design, I found is more challenging, or I found it's kind of like time-consuming task. So that involves building model, setting up a data, and everything. So Gaurav, it's too early to answer this question. I'm sure maybe within the next 3-4 months you'll figure out an answer for this question, where the most challenges are coming from. Okay, but as of now, the challenge is working with the business user, capturing the true requirement and taking the requirement to a BPC design is what most time-consuming task with my knowledge. Maybe I'm not as good as you. Okay, that could be something that varies people by people, but on the surface, based on what I have seen, this is what it is. Okay, all right. So that brings these topics to an end. Okay, these topics to an end. The next one, what I want to do, SAP BPC product family. Okay, all right. It is very important for you to understand where BPC fits in the entire SAP product. There's so many products that SAP has. Okay, where that fits into. Okay, where that fits into. So let's understand this one. Now, before we go there, how does a typical management lifecycle looks? Okay, a typical management lifecycle looks in an enterprise. Okay, a typical management. Okay, management lifecycle. Okay, lifecycle looks in an enterprise. Okay?
Has joined the conference.
How does a typical management lifecycle look in an enterprise? Okay, in an enterprise, how does the management lifecycle look? What do you mean by that? Every company says the company has to form with a strategy and vision. Okay, strategy and vision. So always we have strategy and vision. Okay, what I want to do. Okay, so I always start with a strategy and a vision. Okay, so if you are sitting and learning this one, you have to have a strategy. The strategy could be, in 2012, I want to change my career. In 2012, I want to make better money. In 2012, I want to feel, I want to have a secure, career path. That's something. What is that? Those are our vision. Those are strategy. So every business has the vision or a strategy should be in place. And how do I implement this? Okay, so that's basically the operation. Okay, so that's basically the operation. And how do we measure how effective these are all? That's basically the intermediate layer, business measures. Okay, business measures. Okay. Okay, business measure. So any management, okay, whatever the management does, the management could be selling a product, the management could be selling a service, whatever the management is, you should have a vision and strategy. Then that will lead towards operation. Okay, that will lead towards operation. Okay, so that lead towards an operation. So then you could do operational work on a day-by-day basis. Okay, and then you can measure this, how effectively you are doing this. Okay. Example. Okay, so I could say here, one of the examples here. So what would the strategy, how does the strategy look like? Okay, so be a pioneer in, retail store. Okay, so be a, leader. Okay, be a leader in retail. Okay, whatever, right? I'm just giving some idea. So that means we take an example, Costco. So Costco, it's a retail, they're in the retail business, right? So they're in the retail business. So they want to be the leader in the retail sales, okay, in the retail business. So this is, what is this one? What product buy, what product sell, okay? So here, nothing but buying and selling, okay? So this is not a strategy, okay? Here, buying and selling, okay? Buying and selling. And this is what it is, measure, top selling products, okay? Top selling products, top customer, okay? Top selling products, top customer, okay? Top Okay, so which product sells well? Who are my top customers? Okay, what is this? So these are all
different actions. Okay, you take different actions. I want to be a leader in this one. To be a leader, I need to sell more. I need to give a lot of other things. Okay, so any management life cycle, you look at it, it follows like this. You have a strategy. The strategy will lead towards an operation. Then the operation lead towards a measure. Okay, how am I doing in my operations? Okay, so this is how any management life cycle deals. Okay, no matter what you do. Okay, it could be company like IBM. Okay, IBM has both product as well as service, or it could be company like Deloitte Consulting. Okay, they don't do any product; they sell services. Okay, they sell services. So no matter what you do, okay, you have to have a strategy. You have to have operations, and then you need to measure them. You need to measure them. So this is what we call typically a management life cycle. Okay, any business you take, what is this? It's nothing but your typical management life cycle. A typical management life cycle. Okay, so without this, it's so impossible to run a business. So without this, it's so impossible to run a business. Okay, so this is called management life cycle. This is what I call as the management life cycle. Hold on, let's go. It's somewhere here. So this is my management life cycle. Okay, now let's look at it. What SAP is providing for this management life cycle. Now, how do I automate this? Okay, or what is the role of SAP in a management life cycle? Okay, now take a look at it. In a management life cycle, what is the role of SAP? SAP provides different systems. Now take this one and compare with SAP. Okay, now take this one, compare with SAP. So what SAP provides for the core operations, what SAP provides for the business measures, what SAP provides for the strategy and vision. Okay, so now I'm comparing this back to an SAP product. Okay, so why? So that we understand where BPC comes or where it fits into. Sorry. Okay, somehow coffee. Where SAP fits into this one. So in this space, okay, what kind of product that SAP provides? Okay, so this is where you see the core SAP ERP. Okay, this is ERP, and this involves financial accounting. Okay, FICO. Okay, you may heard about sales and distribution. You may heard about materials management, production planning. Okay, production planning. Okay, so production planning, quality system, project system. Okay, project system, etc. What is this? These are all different systems used to manage this operation or automate the business process. Okay, automate this one. I'm talking strictly only in the SAP. Okay, in SAP world, what kind of system you use to automate this one? Okay, so to do the automation of the operation, we use this one. Not only that, when you do operations, you are dealing with people. Then you have SAP HR. Okay, you also have SAP Human Resource. Okay, SAP HR system. So here I deal with payroll, I deal with pension, I deal with personal administration. Okay, so what do we deal here? Payroll, personal administration, pension, etc. Okay, recruitment, training, all these things are all part of HR. I have different suppliers. How do we manage? Okay, SAP SCM. Okay, SAP supply chain management, SAP supply relationship management, SAP customer relationship management. What is this? These are all your day-to-day operational systems. Okay, these are all your day-to-day operational systems. So, on SAP point of view, this is nothing but like from SAP point of view, this is
has left the conference.
Your loyalty system. Okay, so this is what we call initially. So if you notice what we call initially, this is nothing but like the core. Excuse me. So this is basically like SAP operational or OLTP system. Okay, this is SAP operational or OLTP system. All these systems are coming here. Okay, so if you are talking about any of the system, okay, which is listed here, I'm not listing everything. Okay, it could be the core ERP, or it could be human resource, or it could be supply chain management, supply relations management, or customer relations. All the systems are nothing but like SAP operational system. Okay, this is SAP operational system or the OLTP system. Okay, the OLTP system. So these systems are primarily meant for day-to-day operations. Okay, so what is this? It's day-to-day. Okay, it's a day-to-day operation. Okay, I'm doing this day-to-day operation. All right. So this is a system SAP provides to automate this particular function. Okay, this particular function. How do we automate? I automate by using these kind of systems in place. The next one, what I do, okay, I'm going to do measure. How am I doing? Okay, what is my top selling product?
who's my top customer? So what is that going to be? Okay, so this is going to be tools by using things like SAP BW. Okay, so tools like SAP BW. Okay, so I'm going to use areas like SAP BW. Okay, so here I'm using SAP Business Warehouse. Okay, so I'm just going to say this is nothing but your SAP BW. So here you could use and its suite of products. Okay, SAP BW and its suite of products. Okay, SAP BW and its suite of products. Okay, so that's basically the next level. Okay, so how these are all going to get connected? It's getting connected to your product, which is going to help you to do this one. So this is basically your SAP BW suite of products, which is going to have all this capability through which you could measure how good the business is doing. Okay, how good the business is doing. So without the the operational system, BW has no value. Okay, all right. So now what is the next one? The next one is like now, how am I going to do strategy work? Okay, how am I going to do strategy work? And that is what SAP BPC does. Okay, so I'm just simplifying this one. Okay, I'm just simplifying this one to make you understand how it is work. Okay, so this is, I wouldn't say BW, I'm going to call this the BI tool. Okay, BI, SAP BI and its suite of products. And here I'm going to call SAP EPM. Okay, Enterprise Performance Management and its suite of products. Okay, and its suite of products. So if you look at how things are moving forward. Okay, how things are all moving forward.
So what does this mean? You cannot build a BPC solution until unless you have data coming from the core transactional system.
And these systems are called OLAP systems. Okay, OLTP, Transaction Process System, and OLAP systems are analytical process systems. Okay, these are all OLAP systems. Okay, this is OLAP system. It is not a transactional system. It's an analytical processing. Okay, so if you're not sure, I would encourage you to spend some time and get an idea between OLAP and OLTP systems. Okay,
here we are not talking about a specific product. We are talking about how does SAP plays in a management role. How does SAP plays in an enterprise? Where do we see BPC coming into picture? Okay, where do we see BPC coming into picture? Correct. So if you notice what we are looking at overall in a management life cycle, the role of SAP. Okay, on a day-to-day basis in a bigger companies, what SAP does. Not only this. Now what we have other tools. Okay, we have other tools.
What is the other tools that we are going to look at? Right? So we are not just talking about only BPC. We are not talking about only BW. Right? We are not talking about only ECC.
We are looking for other tools. Now let's take a look at the other tools. What is the other tool? Okay. SAP also bought business objects. Correct? SAP also bought business objects. Correct? So what is the main reason for SAP buying the business objects? Correct? So use that as a strong analytical tool primarily for reporting and analysis, business analytics.
Okay. So not only that, SAP also tools for governance. Correct? So how do we secure and govern this one? Okay. So if you look at other tool that SAP provides, which is nothing but SAP BOBJ, business objects, right? So business objects. So what is business objects? It's primarily for reporting, primarily for business analytics. How do we analyze the data? Okay. How do we analyze the data? Okay. Hold on. So how do we analyze the data? So you could analyze the data by using BOBJ. BOBJ could go to
any level. It can go to PPC, it can go to BW, it can go to ECC. Not only that, and you also have other tools. What kind of tool that we are talking here? We are talking about MDM. We are talking about GRC, governance risk compliance. Okay? SAP has other tools. Okay, SAP MDM, master data management. Okay, master data management. SAP also other tools called GRC, governance risk compliance. Okay. So GRC stands for Governance Risk Compliance. Okay. So SAP also provides other tools called Governance Risk Compliance. So these are at a higher level. Okay, at a higher level. So what involves in this case, if you notice, in an SAP product or family, there are so many different things. Okay, we are talking about. So number one, operation. Number two, measures. Number three, strategy and vision. Okay, then you have supporting tools. Okay, then you have a supporting tools. So those supporting tools, what we are talking right now actually here. So these supporting tools are primarily used for SAP BOBJ, reporting, and SAP MDM, master data management, governance risk compliance. Correct? So we can spend a lot of time here, but goal is not like now we need to understand this in and out. But there is one strong message I would like to give you here. When you say you are an EPM consultant, when you say you are a BPC consultant, there is an expectation. That expectation is nothing but you should know all these things. Okay, what level it varies, what role you play. How in depth I need to go, again it's going to vary what role you're going to play. If I am thrown in front of a customer, okay, as an architect or as an advisor, I should know in and out because they're paying me. Okay? There I can say, there is a genuine reason I can say no or I don't know. But obvious things I have to answer. Okay? It's based on what role you want to play, based on what you want to do. So going back to the next topic, why I brought this one. People think, oh, I know BPC. Okay, knowing BPC is good, better, but can you solve problems? Okay, to solve problems, you need to understand all this whole thing. Okay, how it flows. So what this does? Okay, this provides actuals. Okay, so what is providing this one? This provides actuals. So when you say actual, the actual transaction that took place. Okay, I went to Costco, I bought a laptop, I paid money. That's an actual transaction. That's what fees is. Okay, so this goes to actuals. When it comes back here, it comes back as a plan. Okay, when it comes back as a plan. How much I'm going to sell? This how much I'm going to sell. Okay, so it is not an actual. When it comes back as a plan. You take the actual and do the plan. The plan sometimes it goes all the way down. Why? Do variance analysis. Okay, instantaneous variance analysis. Okay, so now you do actual. Actual is the actual transaction. Then do the plan. Now do variance. Okay, so now do variance. Variance equal to actual minus plan. Okay, variance, that is nothing but actual minus plan. It doesn't matter whether it's a finance. It doesn't matter whether it's a whatever. So the goal is what? We want to do variance. To do variance, I need to know both. Okay, to do variance, I need to know both. So this is basically one of the prime reasons that BPC is used for. Okay. So I do variance analysis. Okay, I do variance analysis. Okay, all right. So now the next question: to build a BPC solution, what we need. Okay, so now that we understood the whole landscape very well, what the different tools we use and what the tools are going to be done, what the tool is going to do. So we had the idea. Okay, so now what we need to understand to build SAP BPC solution, what we need. Okay, build an SAP BPC solution. Okay, to build a SAP BPC or EPM solution. Okay, BPC or EPM solution. Okay, what SAP product? Okay, SAP product we need or will be used. Okay, will be used. So we do need to understand this. Okay, so to build a solution. When we say solution, we are going to talk about it actually. I believe that's what the next thing. No, after HANA this is going to come. Okay, so this is going to come, but still I want to give here actually. When we say solutions, okay, what are we talking about? Okay, this is what we are talking about. When we solution, this is exactly what we are talking about. Okay, just a second. So, okay, so this is basically what I'm talking about. When we say EPM solution, what does it involve? So that involves, okay, it involves planning, budgeting, forecasting, consolidation, reporting, dashboards, analytics, data. Okay, analytics, data. So these are the things that is involved when we talk about SAP EPM solution. Okay. So what are we dealing in SAP EPM solution? In an SAP EPM solution, we are talking about all these things. Okay. So SAP EPM solutions involve. Okay. The number one, planning. Okay. We are going to study later. Okay. Planning, budgeting, forecasting. Okay. Consolidation. Okay. Reporting. Okay. Business analytics. Okay. Whatever you call. Okay. Whatever you call. Data. So this is what primarily we are going to do. Okay. That means the outcome of this solution, it's going to be any one of this. Okay. The outcome of the solution is going to be any one of this. So now to do this one, what we need. Okay. The building blocks. Okay. What is the building blocks? So the building blocks for this solutions. Okay. Building blocks. Understand, very important, so that you can focus on where to focus on. Okay. Solution building blocks. Okay. Solution building blocks. Okay. How do we build the solution? Okay. How do we build the solution? What is involved in order to build the solution? Okay. So number one, of course, we need BPC. Okay. We need BPC. Okay. SAP BPC. So that's one of the building blocks. Okay. That is one of the building blocks we should know.
SAP BW. Okay, then we also need to know SAP core operation ERP side. Okay, then .J, then MDM. Okay, so at a higher level, minimum we need to know all these things. Can I learn all of them in the same training? Some of them, most of them, yes. Some of them we need to learn. We can really sit down and learn this for a year. Right? It's a lot of effort. Okay, so we have to basically learn while we move along. Okay, when we move along, we just have to learn while while doing work or like something that when we get into, we'll do. The point is, what is the solution building block involved? The solution building block. Okay, so here they're talking about these are solution building blocks. So this solution building block involves these guys. Okay, so these guys. So one is SAP BPC, for sure we need to know. Then we need to know SAP BW. Then we need to know SAP ECC, okay, which is nothing but, okay, nothing but, excuse me. So here, finance, sales and distribution, materials management, production planning, okay, HR, etc. So next, we also need to know SAP BOBJ, okay, it becomes mandatory, okay, it becomes mandatory. So tools like Crystal, Excel, CS kind of tools we need to know. Okay, tools like Crystal and Excel we need to know. The next one is MDM, Master Data Management and Governance. Right? How do we manage the master data? MDM. So these are all typical solution when you build involves. Now we need to know what amount of time that I'll be spending to learn these things if I don't know. Okay, or how do I get to more familiar with these tools? Okay. So what time that I'm going to spend here, okay, how much time I'm going to spend in each of those areas, okay, so that I will have better understanding. Again, I'm saying I'm not trying to scare you. So do I need to learn all of them? Again, I'm saying no need to learn all of them, but get to know at least some part of it, okay. So I will tell you what we learn in the class and how much we are going to learn. So, so in BPC, okay, probably you need to spend, let's say if you are spending 100 hours time, okay, we are spending 100 hours, okay, 100 hours to learn this, okay. So how much time I need to spend in each of them, okay, how much time I need to spend in each one of those times. So I told you how these are all connected to each other, okay, how much time I'll be spending. So going back to here,
if I don't have actuals, there's nothing I can do in BW. If I don't have data in BW, there's nothing I can do in BPC. Simple, period. That means I need actuals. Where is this actuals? City here. That means I need to know this damn thing. Then how do we bring this here? How do we take it all the way back here? And here what I do, okay? So this is where you do planning, budgeting, forecasting, reporting. Okay?
So here you do EPM solution involves what? Planning. Okay? I do planning here. I do budgeting here. Okay? I do forecasting. Okay? I do forecasting. So all of this I will do here. To do this thing, I need to have actual. Simple, period. Without that, nothing works. Okay? Without that, nothing works. Okay? So that is why even people say, oh, I know EPM. I can't take it simply granted because it's very hard. Okay? It is very hard. It will take some time to be familiar with this. Okay, so going back to here, that's the reason we are introducing all these tools. Okay, so let's say we are going to spend 100 hours to learn this. Okay, 100 hours to learn this one. Out of 100 hours, how much time that I'm going to spend in BPC? Okay, how much time you should be spending BPC? I would say 75% of your time should be spent here. Okay, 75% of your time should be spent here. It's up to you. This is just a guideline. Okay, it's not a recommendation. It's a guideline. Okay. So 75%, okay. In the class also we do the same. Okay. In the class also we do the same. In the class also we do the same. Okay. We do the same. So we are going to spend significant amount of time here. In the class also we do the same. The next one is going to be BW. Okay. It's all based on the individuals. How much someone done, how much hasn't someone actually. Okay. So I'm sorry. I need to give a range. Sorry. 60 to 75%. So why 60 to 75%? If someone is coming from 7.5 to 10.1 to learn, so it's based on their comfort zone. They should need to choose between this range. The next is going to be, I would say, somewhere between 20 to 25%. Okay, 20 to 25%. It all depends on your comfort zone. Okay, this is just a guideline. Okay, so amount of time in its potential. The next is going to be in this phase. So based on
which area? Obviously, we cannot learn everything. So I would suggest to learn finance. I would also suggest to learn other areas, maybe finance very closely aligned, or HR. It all depends on what it is. But finance for sure. Okay. So having finance will really helps because most of the places that's what you do.
Okay. So here I would say the ranges from somewhere 15 to 20%. Okay. So 15 to 20% of your time is something that you need to figure out. Okay. So this is, I would say, okay, number 3 highest one. Okay. It's as equivalent to BW. Okay. This distribution you need to figure out by yourself. MBM, I would say maybe 10 to 15%. Okay, I would say 5 to 10%.
Has joined the conference.
That's critical. Okay, it's not that critical. So these are all
building blocks required to build a solution. It is must. You should know this very well. So which is most important? This is most important. What is next important? Okay, I would say this is next important. Okay, the number one
has left the conference.
Number one focus for you is this. Okay, you should focus number one, this one. Without this, you can't really survive. Okay, we should really know this very well. This is our number one focus. Number two focus, okay, it's going to be this guy. Okay, number two is this. Number three is going to be, okay, number three is going to be, because without data we cannot do. So this is going to be number three. Okay, then number four. I would, if you are not comfortable MPM, leave it. Okay, so this is must. So these four are must. Okay, these four are must. Without this, you can't even imagine doing anything with BPC.
It is must. Okay, all right. I hope you got an idea how solutions are built in BPC and what kind of building blocks required. So the details, when we get to the deeper, we will have better understanding, okay, in terms of what we are going to focus on. So coming to this is basically the topic that I want to cover here, what it is, where BPC or EPM fits into SAP product family, okay, where it fits into, that's what it is. All right. Now let's talk about HANA, okay, it's a buzzword, correct? Can anyone tell what HANA stands for? Okay, you can put it in your chat window. I'm sure a lot of people knows about it. What HANA stands for? Can anyone tell, please? So I don't want just me talking, so I want to hear from you as well. Can anyone tell what SAP HANA stands for? Okay, it's an in-memory appliances. Okay, it's an in-memory appliances similar to Natisa. If someone already heard about Natisa, it's an IBM product. It's very similar to IBM product called Natisa. So come on, I didn't get any response. Can anyone tell what HANA stands for? Okay, thanks, Suru. So high availability, high analytical performance application. Okay, high availability network appliances. Okay, and then it's analytics. So these are all it's your point of view, but I want the abbreviation for HANA. Okay, it's what HANA stands for. Okay? So I told you it's a high performance appliance. Okay? So what you send me, these are all your point of view. Correct? Like so when I say point of view, it's what you understood about HANA. What HANA stands for? Manoj. Okay, Manoj, can you tell me what HANA stands for? Okay, so what you are saying actually, these are all your view about, like, so high performance availability. No, it's not. It's not high performance availability. Come on. What high performance availability? It's not, right? So check that out. It has a word appliances. Okay, so it has a word appliances. So check that out anyway. All right, no problem. It's very simple, like, so come on. Srikanth is saying high-speed analytical appliances. Okay, Srikanth, where S comes into picture? Okay, where S comes into picture? Correct. So in HANA don't have any S here. Okay, HANA stands for HANA. Correct. So this is what HANA. So okay, there's no speed here. Okay, exactly. So this is basically what HANA stands for. Okay, this is basically what. Thanks, Manoj. So thank you, Vijay. So again, I just wanted to make it interactive. It's not like now, so it's going to be just me. When you move along, you will get to know. The class is going to be interactive. It stands for High Performance Analytic Appliances. High Performance Analytic Appliances. So HANA primarily built for these space. Okay, it's one of applications right now. Okay, so that's why it's called High Performance Analytical Appliances. Okay, all right, good. Let's move on. So now let's take a look where HANA is going to come and what it's going to do. Okay, so where HANA is going to come and what it is going to do. HANA is going to definitely has a huge impact for the entire SAP landscape. Okay, it's not just only BW, it's not just only going to be BPC. For sure, it has more impact on the entire landscape of SAP. Okay, so as of now, where that is going to come and impact BPC or SAP BW. Okay, SAP BW. So now I don't know
Has joined the conference.
how many people noticed SAP released HANA support pack. It's not a new release. Okay, it's still 1.0 or 1.1, whatever they are having. A support pack, and that support pack let BW sits on top of HANA. Okay, let BW sits on top of HANA. So HANA stands for, as we discussed, high performance analytical appliances. So what you could think of, what you could imagine, it's basically a replacement for Oracle, DB2, and any other databases. So typically you can notice an SAP landscape. Okay, without HANA, with HANA. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so what we are talking about, SAP HANA. Okay, SAP HANA for BPC. Okay, or BW. So now let's take a look. SAP landscape, SAP system landscape. Okay, SAP system landscape. Okay, without HANA. Okay, without SAP HANA. So without SAP HANA, how does it look? Okay, it's very common. That's what we discussed today morning. So what we discussed, this is what we discussed. Right? So it has these kind of setups. Okay, without HANA, it's going to be like this. Okay, so without HANA, you have a user interface, you have a web server, you have an application server. This is how it is. You could put any product. Okay, so HANA, that's a question about BWA. So BWA stands for, okay, so BWA stands for Business Warehouse. This is basically accelerator. Okay, so it is similar to HANA, but it's not truly built for that. I wouldn't bring the topic at this time because it's a dying market. I don't want to confuse people at this time. If you have any questions, okay, SAP BW Accelerator, just give me a call so we can talk. But I don't want to take time to talk about this one because if this product has value to people, certainly we can. I don't think it has value at this time. Maybe you and I can talk offline. Just give me a call, we can talk offline. All right? So going back to here, system landscape. If you look at here, what HANA does, what SAP does, SAP has any application you take, doesn't matter what you do. It has a user interface or a GUI. Then it connects to a web server or any handler, okay? Web server or any TCP IP handler, HTTP handler or TCP IP handler, okay? Someone has to handle this request, okay? So somebody has to handle the request, okay? Handler has to handle the request. Then it has an application server, then it has a database server. So given this condition, okay, this is what SAP landscape does at this time, okay? So when you wanted to basically okay, look for an SAP landscape where no HANA involved, this is what it is, okay? When no HANA involved, this is what it is. So now let's take an application, okay? So in this one, I wanted to bring an application, okay? So let's say I have SAP BW, okay? So this is, now if I take this one, example, okay, this is an example. This is SAP GUI, okay, SAP GUI, and this is SAP WAS, okay, SAP WAS HTTP handler, okay. WAS stands for Web Application Server, okay. WAS stands for Web Application Server, okay. WAS stands for Web Application. It has both, okay. That's why it's WAS, okay. From SAP, okay. This is from SAP, okay. This is from SAP or its own, okay. SAP's own one. SAP's own one. Okay, so this is an SAP one server. Alright. So now I have, this is an example that I'm giving. Okay, this is an example. Okay, example. Okay, this is how do we use this one? Example. This is just an example. Okay, this is an example. So here I have SAP GUI and SAP WAS. It's a handler. Okay, it's a handler. Okay, HTTP handler or any handler. Okay. So I would say handler, user request handler, request handler, okay, request handler, okay, request handler, it handles the request, okay, handles the request, or it could be a browser, okay, it could be a enterprise portal kind of browser, okay, browser, okay, it could be enterprise portal, okay, it could be a browser.
Then it connects to an application server. So here also an SAP web application server. Web application server. On the backend database. Okay, so here it could be Oracle. Okay, it could be Oracle, or it could be SQL Server. Okay, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, Microsoft SQL, or it could be with the next one could be IBM DB2. Okay, IBM DB2, IBM DB2.
So what is the goal of SAP here? SAP want to get rid of all this database, use HANA in the place of here. Okay, so now what SAP said, this is without HANA. Okay, this is without HANA. Understand this. So without HANA, what is that? This is what is that. The dangerous zone here. So this is the dangerous zone. Okay. Why it is a dangerous zone? SAP want to get rid of this one. Okay. SAP don't want to deal this one. They want to get rid of this one. Okay. So keep in mind where SAP BW. Okay. So this is basically what. Okay. What for above. Okay. Example. So here I'm saying this example is for SAP BW. Okay. Example. SAP BW. Okay. I'm just giving an example for SAP BW. How this works. To run SAP BW, we need to have all these things. Okay. We need to have all those things. So we need to have a GUI or a browser. We need to have a handler. We need to have an application server. Okay. For SAP, ABAP, and Java. Okay. And Java application server. Okay. This is the application server. Okay. So we already have this. No worries. Okay. So coming to here. Okay. Coming to here. So then we want to store and retrieve data. Okay. So we will be using this one. So this is without HANA. Now what SAP is trying to do. Okay. SAP wants to get rid of this whole thing. Okay. Remove this one. What we need to do. Okay. So this is with HANA. Okay. Remove this one and put HANA here. Okay. What this does? It's a solid state. Not just only, this is physical disk, correct? This is basically, when it is physical, you are storing data on a disk, okay? Where you need to, here we are storing data in a disk, okay? Here, storing data in a physical disk, okay? In a physical storage, in a physical disk. What do you mean by physical disk? When you go to your machine, okay? When you go to your machine. So what you see is C drive. That's the physical disk where the data are stored. It's stored here. So right click, go to properties. Okay. Right click, go to properties. What is this? It's a physical disk. So it's 100 gig. Okay. So the data stored here. Okay. That is data stored here, 100 gig stored here. And we also have other disk storage. If there is another disk like removable disk, whatever disk, you can use this one. So this is basically a physical data storage. Okay. This is a physical data storage. Data stored in a physical disk. Okay. Data stored in a physical disk. Now let's take a look at the other thing. Go to Task Manager. Okay. Go to Performance. What the heck this is that? Okay. What is this one? Do you see this one? What it tells you? Okay. Physical memory. Okay. Kernel. What is this one? Here also you see data stored. See this one? Total how much? This much. How much is available? This much is available. How much is used? This much is used. What is this one? It's basically again storage, but not in a physical disk. It's in the memory. It's in the memory. Okay. Why? Much faster. Things can work. Like no need to go and read from the disk. Okay. As I explained, if I go here, okay, right click, do a property. What you see, one place you are storing data on a disk. Another place, data stored in a memory. Okay. So this is without HANA. Okay. This is without HANA, data will be stored in a physical disk. With HANA, this is not required. The disk is not required. Everything will be in the memory. Okay. Everything will be in the memory. So now go to the next thing. That's why it's called in-memory appliances. Okay. That's why it's called in-memory appliances. So now SAP want to get rid of
has joined the conference.
SAP HANA here. Okay. SAP HANA here. So this is basically in memory. Okay. In memory. Okay. So it's not a physical data storage. It is not a physical. Okay. Physical data storage. Okay. Physical data storage. So this particular situation, okay, this particular situation primarily requires what? When you deal with large amount of data, when you deal with massive amount of calculation, okay, when you do calculations, that time you will be using. So without HANA, with HANA, you should know what it is. So here we are talking about,
there are hundreds of millions of people who's writing articles about HANA. I appreciate that. some of them really know what they're talking. Some of them it's just piece of crap. Okay. So all I'm trying to tell you, understand, at a higher level, if someone asks you what HANA does, okay, you could explain the same way that it is. It's an in-memory, high available in-memory appliances. So it's a replacement for all this data storage. Okay, data will be stored in memory, read and write in the memory. Above, okay, beyond the data storage, it also has other functions. Okay, where since the data sitting in memory, it can do a lot more other functions. Okay, you can do in-memory modeling, in-memory, since the data is in the memory, calculations. Again, we can go deeper when you launch the HANA course. So right now, I just wanted to give you an idea what HANA and where it fits into BPC. That's the focus. Okay, where it fits into BPC. So other than this, what it does, it's letting it do in-memory calculations. In-memory, it has in-memory modeling. Okay, in-memory. Okay, in-memory modeling. When I say modeling, what I meant by modeling. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people here knows about multi-provider. Okay, you see this one? What is this one? It's a multi-provider. When I right-click on this guy, it gives an option called Create Multi-Provider. So what is multi-provider? Multi-provider is nothing but a model. It's an abstract view. Okay, abstract view of the data. Okay, it's an abstract view of data. So if you know what is the view, it is nothing but you are not physically storing data. Okay, you can create a view of an existing data without storing data for a problem. So it's very similar to creating a multi-provider. You can even call a multi-provider. Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, and in-memory modeling. Okay, in-memory modeling, example, multi-provider or view. Okay, example, if you want to better understand what this means, example, creating multi-provider or a view. Okay, or a view. Okay, so that is basically happens in memory. Next is in-memory calculation. Okay, in-memory calculation. You can do in-memory calculations. Okay, in-memory calculation. Okay, in-memory calculation. That means I can do calculation, any business calculation. Okay, any business calculation. Example, cash flow calculation. Okay, revenue calculation. Okay, revenue calculation, expense, cash flow calculation, real-time cash flow calculation. Okay, real-time cash flow calculation. Okay, cash flow calculation. Okay, real-time cash flow calculation. I can calculate real-time cash flow, how it looks. Okay, etc. So those kind of things I can do. The next core functions of this one is going to be, so it is not just only data storage mechanism, it also, okay, it also does the other functions. So it does real-time data replication. Okay, real-time, okay, real-time data replication. Okay, real-time data replication. So these are the core functions HANA does. Okay, as I said, I can go beyond this. I just want you to understand, like, where HANA comes into picture. Okay, so I was told the newer release of SAP BW, no need to use these guys at a data storage. They can directly use SAP HANA. Okay, this is something that I heard from SAP when I was in the reporting and analytics conference when I talked about SAP HANA. Okay, things might have changed. You can check with SAP, but the idea here is we just need to understand. Okay. In this particular case, it's not going to read from BW at all. So if you look at here, without HANA, okay, without HANA, we will be using this as a data storage. Okay, what this does, okay, this is the one who's going to read data from ECC or any other system. So this can read data from, okay, so what this does, so this will read data from, okay, so in this case, so here, okay, these are all, this complete thing is your SAP BW. Okay, if you look at here, what you call this one, this is your SAP BW. Okay, this whole thing, this entire stack is what your SAP BW is. Okay, when I say SAP BW, it involves all of this things. Okay, it involves all these things. This whole stack, okay, what I call it's SAP BW. SAP BW has GUI and a web server, application server, database storage. This is your SAP BW system. Okay, SAP BW system. So this is without HANA. Okay, this is an SAP BW system without HANA. The next one is an SAP BW system with HANA. So now I'm going to the next slide. So here I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so this one is
same SAP BW system, but this is with HANA. Okay. So now you could understand the difference, right? So what is that? Okay. So I no need any of those data storage, right? So you could see, hold on a second, there's something going on here. Hold on. All right, yeah. So this is basically same SAP BW system, but here we are dealing with HANA. So what does it mean? I don't use any of those other database engines, right? It directly stores the data in the memory. Okay, directly stores the data in memory. This is the one that's going to read data from other sources. Okay, so what this does? If you look at here, now this one can read data. Okay, this one, this whole thing as we discussed, it's SAP BW. And this one can read data from ECC. Okay, can read and write data from SAP ECC. So this could be reading data from SAP ECC. So read data from SAP ECC. Okay. Hold on 1 second. There are a lot of questions coming up. 1 second. Let me complete this. Then we can go on to the questions point. Okay. So this is your SAP ECC, and this could be file. This could be JDE. It could be PPSoft or whatever the heck. Okay. Who knows? So this could be JDE. Okay. Or this could be PPSoft. Or this could be files. Okay. Fine. So this is going to read from here. Okay. So here storing data on a physical disk. Okay, we are storing the data on the physical disk. So this is basically the source system from where we are going to get the data. Now when it comes to HANA, okay, when it comes to HANA, so the same data will be read. Okay, you could read the same data, but that data will be stored in the memory. Okay, real time. Here we can do real time data reading. We can read data in this frequency real time. Okay, so this is instantaneous. I can read real time. Okay, this is read real time. Okay, read real time. So I can read this real time. So this particular data can be read real time. So I hope this is basically like what I wanted to cover. Okay, I know there's a lot of questions. Let me try to answer. If it's going to take some time, then I need to move on. Okay, all right. So now coming back here, there's a question from Venkat. Does HANA includes all transaction data, FICO, etc.? Answer is, if you wanted to pull, yes, you can. Okay, so I hope this will help you understand. Okay? So you can see here, I have finance data here. Okay, this is finance system here. So this is the SAP ECC system. Okay, SAP ECC system. This is finance. So if you want to pull, yes, you could pull this one as needed. Okay, question is, I'm talking about the current lease. Okay, let me put it one more thing. This is for HANA 1.0. Okay, so this is for HANA 1.0. I'm not talking about something different. Okay. Under this one, if you want to read, yes, you can read. All right. Okay. If you want, yes, you can. Okay. If you want. Okay. Not by default. Not by default. If you want. Okay. If you want, yes. Okay. If you want, yes, you can. Okay. Yes, you can. All right. One more feature also in memory planning. Okay. That is basically like if you look at like this calculation engine, this also has like not a planning engine. This includes everything. Okay, so the calculation, planning is not a separate one. It's basically this includes. You can do for planning. Okay, this could be for planning, or it could be for reporting. Okay, it could be for any other like analytics, business analytics. Okay, any other business analytics. So there's no separate engine. It's basically like different functions there. Okay, the calculation engine does this one. Okay, HANA is a flash memory. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by it's a solid state. Okay, it is a solid state. It's a solid state. Okay, it's a solid state. Okay, solid state memory. Okay, okay, memory. So when I say solid state memory, what I'm referring, right? So as I told you, so if I go to here, okay, so what do we call this one? This is a memory. It is not in a physical disk. However way you want to call this one, you could call it. Okay, if it's a flash disk or RAM or whatever you call it, that's fine. It's a solid state. The last point, what it says, Asha, with HANA, where does the physical data get stored? Okay, the physical data gets stored. Okay, if you want to, it is always in solid state. If you want to keep a backup, then we can keep a backup. Okay, so the question is, data will be always in solid state. Okay, data will be always. Okay, always in solid state. Okay, always in solid state. So if you want, okay, for compliance, okay, if you want for compliance, okay, you can store them, okay, you can store them as an external disk. Okay, external disk, but it is not required. Okay, but it is not required. Okay, it is not required. So that is why you need a special hardware. Okay, as you know, okay, as you know, HANA requires a special hardware. HANA requires, okay, special hardware. Okay, special hardware given by, okay, special hardware given by Dell and then Cisco, okay, Dell, and I believe HP, and I believe IBM. So I don't know who are the vendors. They are the ones going to give us special hardware. Okay, it is not like where we could buy and then buy a server and install. Oh, no, there's so many things need to be taken care of. Okay, to answer all this question. All right. So the next one, how does 2 more questions and I'll move on. Okay, so the questions that keep popping up. 1 second. All right. How new or old HANA are companies are using? How new or old is HANA companies are using? It's new. Okay, HANA is new. Okay, so not sure on the question, but HANA is new. Okay, HANA is just released. Okay, just released for GA. Released for GA. GA means general availability. It is new. It's a brand new. It's a brand new baby. Okay, will it process change in DB become redundant? Okay. No, it is not. Okay, you need processing. No, you need processing. Okay, you need this as it is. Okay, you need this as it is. I mean RFA1. Okay, I mean the whole RFA1. Whole RFA1. But there will be change. Okay, but there will be a change. Okay, but there will be a change. Please clarify. Does it mean that we are not using BW data base? Directly getting from transactional RFA system to ECC. I'm not sure which slide you are talking. Can you tell me which slide you are talking? Okay, so which slide you are referring? Okay, which slide you are referring? So, Anga, can you tell me which slide you are referring? So if you could tell me, then I will get to that point and we'll talk. Okay, so okay, last slide. Okay, so in this case, the only difference. Data, I told you guys, nothing to worry. Everything remains the same. Everything remains the same. The 2 things are going to change. One is you are not storing data on a physical disk. Okay, so that's why I told you. So this is without HANA. Where am I storing data? In a physical disk. This is without HANA, where the data will be stored. Okay, it's stored in a physical disk, like here. With HANA, where the data will be stored. If it's a HANA, data is not in the physical disk, it will be completely in the memory. Okay, completely in the memory. This memory has all the ability to store and retrieve data. It acts like an RDBMS. Okay, it acts like an RDBMS. From where you are going to read data, that is not going to change. Okay, that is not going to change. It's just only how do you store and retrieve data. Where you are reading, that still remains the same. Where you are reading from ECC, R3, BW, doesn't matter. Those are all still remain the same, and that's what I'm trying to tell. The only difference between here and here, here the physical disk will be used to store and retrieve the data. Here, no physical disk, everything on the memory. Okay, am I going to read data from ECC? Yes, you are. How? Real time. Okay, it's going to be real time. You are reading this one. In this case, if you want to do real time, you have to make it happen with extra functions. This is by default. Am I going to read from a file? Yes, you are. Am I reading from PeopleSoft? Yes. Oracle? Yes. JD Edwards? Yes. No matter what it is. Okay? The difference here, you will be storing in a physical disk without HANA. With HANA, it's going to be solid state. Again, we can talk a lot. I just wanted to move on. Okay? So I hope this gives an idea what HANA does. The key point, it's an in-memory appliances, data stored and retrieved in a physical, not in a physical disk, in a solid state. Along with this, it also has other capability. What does the other capabilities are? So number one, it has in-memory modeling studio where you can model things on the fly, okay, for a specific problem. And it also allows you to do calculations for planning, budgeting, forecasting, and any business analytics, okay. So there's no special engine where you can do work like BPC, okay, work like BPC. So now what it is, basically, we need to understand what kind of data we can bring. We can bring data from many sources
in real time, sometimes it's not real time, okay, or near time. So data can be brought into real time as well as near time. Okay, wonderful. So this is what we need to know HANA. Now, where BPC is going to fit into HANA, okay, that's our topic, okay. So does HANA is gonna have an interface? You need to be a little bit more clear. Have an interface. What do you mean by that? Always there will be so many interfaces, correct? How do we read data? That has to be an interface, correct? How do we communicate to the application server? That has to be an interface. Okay, how do you access it, correct? You can access from the same GUI. Keep in mind, correct? What you are missing here, if you look at how do I access SAP BW, I need a GUI or I need a browser, okay? So for example, what is this? This is my SAP GUI, correct? What is this one? It's an SAP GUI. How do I access an SAP GUI? Log into GUI and I can go and get this one. Now, where this is internally connected, go to system, go to status. When you go to system and status, it tells you it's connected to an Oracle. Okay, see this one? It connected to the database Oracle. If it is HANA, you will be removing this database by Oracle. Instead of Oracle, you'll have HANA here. That's it. Rest everything remain the same. Okay, rest everything remain the same. What you notice, instead of having a database called Oracle, you just replace this with HANA in memory. Okay, in memory. All are going to be the same. Okay, if you look at the slide number 5 and 6, I don't change anything. Okay, I have a user interface. Okay, I have web application, web server, application server, then database. Here also, I have a user interface. I have this user interface could be different. Okay, example, it could be BARJ based user interface. Okay, example, so BARJ based user interface. Okay, etc. So you could use BARJ user interface. Okay, any interface like BARJ user interface. And then that internally connects to a web server. The web server connects to an application server. That is the one connected to HANA. That reads and writes. Okay. So answer your question, how do I access? This is how you access. Okay. So these are all the user interface we need to check which is supported by HANA. Okay. Note. So we need to check. Okay. We need to check with SAP. Okay. We need to check with SAP. Okay. We need to check with SAP. Excuse me. To identify, okay, identify which user interface, okay, to use to access, okay, access SAP HANA, okay, for SAP BW, okay. So all you need to understand HANA is nothing but replacing Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, DB2, and storing data in memory and doing this extra function. That's all you need to know. We aren't going to change everything. Okay, I'm talking 1.0 with a support pack 2 or 3 or 5. Okay, support pack FT, support pack 2 or 1.8 or something. I don't know what it is. So you need to check. Okay, so again, we're not going to solve the HANA issue right now, but we need to have enough awareness. Okay, enough awareness we should have. Okay, we should have enough awareness. All right. So now going back to the next topic, where BPC comes or takes advantage of HANA. Okay, doesn't mean that it has a lot of storage within additional functions. I think that's what I'm telling. Correct? It's an in-memory appliance. Okay, it's a data storage, data stored in a memory. Okay. It is an in-memory appliances with an extra functions in it. Okay, so see this one here. You are storing data physical disk. Here we are not storing data in physical. It's in memory. So it's an in-memory. Okay, it's an in-memory. Plus it has other functions. Okay, you can do these functions. You can do these functions. That's all it is. Rest everything is going to be. So what does this mean? Every customer who is using Oracle, DB2, okay, all of them need to get rid of this and bring on HANA. Okay, that's going to happen. When? Maybe down the line within 2-3 years, or maybe within 5 years, but it's going to happen. Okay, it is going to happen. So that's the direction SAP taking, and that's why this damn thing has become very hot. Correct? So everybody, correct? Like if you talk to some companies, correct? They always say, oh, we have a HANA practice, or we have HANA Center of Excellence, or we have this and that. Correct? Why? They know for sure SAP is going to ask them to replace everything into HANA. So answer your question, Yogesh. Okay? Yes, you are correct. It's a data storage plus extra functions, okay, as of now. So things will change, but right now, 1.0 support pack 1.5, this is what it does, okay. All right, let's move on. So our original topic was, okay, before we get to this deeper discussion, where BPC fits in HANA, SAP BPC in HANA, correct? Obviously, if you notice, BW is going to, now BW directly sits on top of HANA. So when BW sits on top of HANA, then we have no choice. BPC is going to sit on top of BW, correct? So how does it going to work? For me, it doesn't matter, okay? For me, it doesn't matter because I'm going to continue to do the same user interface, okay? So how does it going to look like? So what you're talking about, so based on this HANA 1.0 support pack 1.5, right? If you're talking an article which is basically written by someone, you need to compare with what release we're talking, what support pack talking. Okay? If that is not correct, then we'll have ambiguity in the message, right? So what we notice we have SAP BPC which sits on top of it. Okay? So this is my SAP BPC. Okay, this is my SAP BPC. Okay? On NW NetWeaver platform. Okay, this is SAP BPC on NW. Okay, SAP BPC on NW. All right. Now this one needs more. Okay, this is going to basically use SAP BW. Okay, so this is going to use the SAP BW system. Okay, this is going to use this is going to use an SAP BW system. So SAP BW system involves these guys, right? So these are all SAP BW systems. Okay. So this is going to be the SAP BW system. Okay. So what is this? This is going to be SAP BW system. Okay. So BPC is going to sit on top of SAP BW. Okay. So this is the SAP BW system. See this one? This is an SAP BW system. And on top of it, we have BPC. Okay. This is SAP BPC. So coming to this, if you wanted to think through, or like, if you want to imagine how it's going to look like, this is how it's going to look like. So here, this is your complete BW landscape. Okay, this is your BW is not just only one box, right? It involves so many things. Okay, so this is your BW landscape. Okay, this is your BW landscape. Okay, so this is the BW landscape. Okay, this is the BW landscape where we have things are running in memory. This whole thing is running in memory. Okay, so this is the whole thing. This is running as main memory thing. Okay, this is the whole SAP BW box. Okay, so this is SAP BW and this is run as main memory appliance. Right, so this is SAP BW which is running as in memory. Let's get rid of this. Okay, we know this. Okay. So BPC will be communicating to web application server. That will communicate to an application server. That will communicate to HANA. Okay. So then HANA is internally is going to pull data. Okay. From any other sources that what we discussed. Okay. So this is going to basically pull data here. Okay. So this is going to pull data here. So this is how it's going to be done. Okay. And here we do planning, budgeting, forecasting. So here, how do we access this one? Okay. So how do we access this one? So this is going to be access the same interface. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. So this is going to be access. So how do we access this one? Same way. Okay. If you look at, so here you have other tools. Okay. As we talked about it, based on like now the browser. Okay. You can use the browser. Okay. So here I can use the browser. So through browser, I can access SAP BPC system on NW. And then main functions that I can do, as you know, okay, here I do planning, okay, planning, budgeting, okay, forecasting, reporting, okay. So these are the different functions I can do. So these are the different functions I can do. All right. Again, we are not here to learn complete HANA. Just get an idea what it is. Okay? Just get an idea what it is. Okay. So you will learn when we move along, or like when we have to attend one of these classes with HANA, you will get to know. But as of now, I just wanted to make sure you understand when you say SAP HANA, what we mean by that. Okay. When you say SAP HANA, what we mean by that. When you look at BW, what exactly it does. Okay. So if you compare this with slide number, okay, this slide,
Okay, slide number 4, you will understand, right? So how it is. So whatever I do in the front end, okay, whatever I do in the front end, see this one, these are all my front end. So this front end directly connected to the back end, okay? Which back end? This back end. See this one, I have an environment. Whatever I see here, I can see also here, right? So when I go to models, under model, I see different models, consolidation, okay? See this one, consolidation, ownership, planning, same. The same identical thing I'm seeing here, okay? Now, where these are all coming from, when you store and retrieve data, where the data is going to be? If you use HANA, that is going to be in the memory, okay? That's going to be in the memory. And how do we read and view the data? By using different options, okay? By using different options. All right, just leave it here. As I said, there is more learn. When the time comes, we learn. We can't learn all in one at the same time. So that brings these guys, okay? That brings these guys to an end. So far, we are just talking about a general topic, okay? So,
Sure. I'm going to stop at 10 o'clock, correct? Regular class, yes, we definitely had to have a break. Since I have another 45 minutes to go, if you want to take a break, I'm fine, but I want to finish up because I am a little bit behind. I don't want to rush. I'm okay. Even if it stops in between, that's fine. Do you think, Tanga, we can continue just for the next 45 minutes, or do you want a break? Okay. Sure, if you want to take a break, that's fine. All right. So let's take a break. Okay. Let's meet at, right now it's 9:13. Let's meet.
okay, let's meet at 9:25. Okay, 9:25 a.m. EST. Current time 9
Has left the conference.
a.m. EST. Okay, 9 a.m. EST. All right. Session ends at 10 a.m.
Has left the conference.
Suresh Mehta.
Has left the conference. Has left the conference. Has left the conference. Has left the conference.
Krishna.
Has left the conference.
Gaurav Sharma.
Has left the conference. Has left the conference.
Ravi Ranna.
Has left the conference.
Srikant.
Has left the conference.
Ravi Kumar.
Has left the conference.
Keshav.
Has left the conference. Has left the conference.
Mahindra.
Has left the conference. Has left the conference.
Gaurav.
has joined the conference. Has joined the conference.
Manoj Nair.
Has left the conference. Has joined the conference.
All right, I'm back now. Okay, so I told you that I had to stop at 10 o'clock.
Has joined the
next,
conference.
all right, so the next topic what we're talking about,
Manoj Nair.
Has joined the conference.
overview. Okay, I don't think that I can get to, even that's also close to completing. I'll try my best. So this we have to push to the next class, and then I do need to spend some time here. So before I go to that, let me spend some time here actually, okay, so that you will be clear on these topics. Okay, let's talk about this. Reading materials. Please tell us about the difference.
Has joined the conference.
Okay. Sure. Again, all the things is going to come. Please tell us about different role in BPC module implementation with your start class. Okay. Again, definitely I will solve. And when we get to the solution, we will be talking
Has
about
joined
that.
the conference.
So when I talk about the next topic, which is this guy, so when I talk solution overview, you will get to know what are the different roles that is involved. Okay. And where you see yourself fitting into. All your questions will be answered. No worries. Okay. I do need to spend some time here. This is important.
so that you will have a system. I'm expecting that you will have all the system that what I have. Then only we can do. If no systems, it's just a fun. You can
Has
watch.
joined the conference.
Okay. So anyway, I got your question, Tanga. I will answer. But right now, I need to focus on these guys. Once I'm done, then I'll get back to you. Okay. Okay. Move on. What I am trying to tell you, reading material.
Has joined the conference.
So you will get it.
Has joined the conference.
Okay. You will get it in an email. Okay. In an email. Definitely by Wednesday. Okay. By Wednesday. I will talk to. I told you. My role
has joined the conference.
I'm not dealing with admin, but I will tell them. Okay. I will tell people at. Okay. I will tell people at. Okay. So, but you will have this one by Wednesday. Reading materials. Okay. What am I going to read? And,
has joined the conference.
The next one is.
Has joined the conference.
Same thing. This required.
Has left the conference.
You will get it.
Has joined the conference.
And should be done. I don't think it will be done by Wednesday because it's a time-consuming area. It will be done by this one. So what is
has
involved?
Joined the conference.
SAP BPC 10.0, SAP BW 7.3, and SAP, okay, ECC, okay, SAP 6.0, SAP Bob-J Excelsior, okay, Bob-J Excelsior. So these are the systems need to be installed in your laptop or PC. So what will happen? Your email
has joined the conference.
Your email and phone number, okay, phone number will be given to a system admin person, SAP basis admin person, Raj. So he will be working with you, okay. So he's actually already in the chat, okay. So he's actually already in the chat. So he's going to work with you, okay. So he's just waiting for the name, email, phone number. Then he will work with you. So that will be taken care. Okay. So Raj will be working with you. Person will be working with you directly. He will be working with you directly. Okay, with you directly. The next one is session timing. Always, okay, always it is going to be 7 a.m. of PST, no doubts. I'm thinking to move the class, okay, move the class on Saturday. Okay, I'm thinking to move the class on Saturday when I'm done with, okay, when I'm done with my Saturday class, okay, Saturday class. So Saturday class almost ends, okay, my current Saturday class almost at the end stage, almost at the end stage, okay, at the end stage. So once I'm done, I'm going to move this one because sometimes people may travel on Sunday, sometimes people may have different schedule on Sunday, so I'm just going to move it on Saturday, okay. So most probably the next class is going to be on Saturday, okay, most probably, but I'll confirm, okay, most likely the next class, okay, is on Saturday, okay, but I will confirm, okay, but I will confirm, okay, confirm this one. So you will have this. And also I have a question. The question I have, we have Christmas and New Year. So I don't have any plans. If you have plans, I'm fine. Most of the people told they have plans. So you send me an email whether you want a class or not. If you want a class, it's going to be on Saturday. Okay, sorry, up to end of this year, it's going to be on Sunday. Okay, up to end of this year, it's going to be Sunday. So for the next 2 weeks, if you need a class, send me an email. If you are okay, then we'll meet again New Year. I have no plan. Okay, I am available to take the class, but it's the preference of the students, the rest of the people. Okay, so up to end of this year, we will be meeting only on Sunday. Okay, Sunday. For the next 2 weeks. Okay, next 2 weeks. I have no plan. Okay, I have no plan. We can have class. Okay, we can have class if you want it. Okay, if you want it. Just send me an email. Okay, just send me an email. So don't think the class has a 40 people. Some of them are my previous batch students. They just want to get a feel how DPC plan looks. They are not the regular batch students. Okay, so I know who are regular students. Just send me an email, nobody else. Then based on whatever this is, okay, they will figure out. Okay, all right. So can use the meeting center and stuff, event center. I spoke to Srikanth. I'm not sure what's your question, Srikanth. Okay, so these questions probably we can take offline and discuss. Okay. So as I spoke to the call center, the event center, we would be unable to use audio by joining the call's computer options using. Okay. Call me, we will talk later. I don't know what these are all about. Okay. I really don't know what this is all about. Okay. So coming back to the next one, session recording. Okay. Session recording. At the end of the session, you will have access to the portal. Okay. So what you're looking at, it's the Cloud Skills portal from WebEx. So this portal will give you all the recordings. Okay. It requires a user ID password. So you will have user ID password, which will let you, okay, which will let you access. So the session that is being conducted right now, it's recorded. So you will have access to the session here. Whether the file is getting deleted, things are not here. I'm not managing. We are paying to WebEx. They are managing this one. Okay, WebEx is basically managing this one. So all I'm trying to say, you don't need to take any notes. Okay, literally you could repeat the same thing what we have done by following the recordings. Okay, so these are the recordings. Going back to here, session recording will be available. Okay, will be available right after the class. Okay, via WebEx. Okay, WebEx portal. Okay, WebEx portal. Any issues on the WebEx portal should be resolved by WebEx, not by us or me. Okay, any issues.
Has joined the conference.
Okay, any issues. So you can access up to 6 months. Okay, you can access up to 4 to 6 months. Okay, any issues on this should be resolved. Okay, should be resolved by WebEx. Okay, WebEx will resolve this one, not by me or. Okay, I'm not going to involve in this one. Okay, you can access up to 6 months. Okay, you can access this up to 6 months. Okay, up to 6 months. Okay, up to 6 months. So that shouldn't be any problem. Okay, you can access up to 6 months. That shouldn't be any problem at all. All right. The next point, what I want to talk, lab support. So lab support, I will connect it to Raj. So he's the basic guy. He will deal with anything specific to application or anything specific to solution you need. Okay. Raj will be the first point of contact. Okay. First point of contact and CC me. Okay. And CC me. So you reach out to Raj, then the problem will be triaged. Okay. So based on the problem, we will know exactly who to deal with from. Okay. Others, okay, in terms of, okay, any other support you need. Okay. Any other support. Okay. Any other support or suggestion. Okay. Any other support, suggestion, etc. Contact me directly. Okay. Contact me directly. So this is what I want to talk about it. Okay. So I don't know that we have time towards the end to cover this one. I just want to make sure we address this one because the most important thing, we need to have systems in place before the next class. So as I told you, I have no plan. If someone has a plan, I respect that. If it's not, we'll have a class for the next 2 weeks. Okay. So these are all going to be sent to you. You can review as needed. Okay. At this time, I'm good with whatever is written here. Any suggestion, any recommendation you have, contact me directly. We'll deal with this. Okay. All right. So this is on the logistics side. let me move on to SAP BPC solution. Okay, the regular topic. All right, one, will you given the practice questions? Yes, you will be having everything, no worries. Okay, sky is the limit. Okay, if you are willing to work hard, there's no question about it. Okay, you have mentioned that we do expect you. Now, what we could expect would you? Homework? You will, yes, these are all you will see in a minute. Okay, you will see that. Okay, you will be seeing them. Okay, you will be seeing them soon. Okay, you will be seeing them soon. So these are all, it's part of the program, you will expect them soon. Okay, so this is not something that like now new to you. If these are all part of the program, you will expect them soon. All right, let's go back. So what BPC does? Okay, that's basically the solution overview. Okay, so what I want to cover this topic, BPC solution overview. Okay, BPC solution overview. In a way, what it is, what problem it solves. Okay, SAP BPC solutions overview. Okay, solutions overview, or what problem we can solve. Okay, what problem. Okay, what problem we can solve. Okay, by using BPC. Okay, by using SAP BPC.
Has left the conference.
All I'm trying to say, okay, by using BPC, what kind of problem we can solve. Okay, what kind of problem we can solve. So that is the question we are trying to address. Solutions overview. Okay, what solution we could build. So if we take SAP BPC, okay, SAP BPC primarily focus on two things. Okay, SAP BPC, whether it's going to be 5.1 or it's going to be 7.0 or it's going to be 7.5 or it's going to be 10.0.
Has left the conference.
MS or it's going to be MW. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, it doesn't matter what it is. So what problem we are going to solve by using this? There are two major problems that we could solve by using this. Okay, so what those two problems are? One is planning, next one is consolidation. Business planning, financial consolidation. Okay, there are two major problems that we are going to solve. So one is business planning. Okay, one is business planning. Okay, so what we can solve by using BPC, we can solve. Okay, we can solve business planning. Okay, we can solve business planning. Okay, so we can solve business planning. That's number one problem. Not only that, we can also solve financial consolidation problems. Okay, so problems around, we can solve problems around. Okay, problems around business planning. Okay?
Has left the conference.
Business planning. We can also solve problems around financial consolidation. Okay, we can also solve problems around financial consolidation. Okay, we can also solve problems around financial consolidation. Okay, financial consolidation. Okay, financial consolidation. So these are the main focus areas. All right. Under planning, business planning, what we can do financial planning, non-financial planning. This is a business plan. Keep in mind, I'm just saying business plan. Under business plan, there are two aspects to it. One is financial planning, another one is non-financial planning. Okay, one is financial planning, another one is non-financial planning. So here we are talking about under business plan. One is non-financial planning. Okay, non-financial planning. Okay, non-financial planning. That is one thing. Okay, so non-financial planning. Okay, and here we have financial planning. Okay, financial planning. What does that mean? Okay, so now we are not talking technical terms. We are getting to the core side of the business issues. Okay, so these are all business issues that we are addressing here. Under here, okay, under here. So what we do? Okay, underneath we do different problems.
Has joined the conference.
So here what is involved? Headcount planning. How many people I need? Okay, headcounts. So headcount. So headcount planning. Okay, or HCM, human capital management planning. Okay, how many people I need? How many people I'm going to bring to the practice? Okay, so it's basically people that we are going to hire and bring to the practice. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Okay, these are all some of the examples. Okay, so what I'm talking about examples. So example is headcount planning. Example is, okay, here sales, okay, volume. How much volume I'm going to sell, okay, sales volume planning, okay, sales volume planning, okay. So that's basically one type of planning. So these are all business plan. Keep in mind the word what I use, business plan. Underneath I use non-financial and then use financial, okay. So these are all some of the examples that I'm going to give you right now. So sales volume, okay, that's one kind of plan. Then I can also use, okay, how do we do my, my production, okay? So I can do maybe production planning, okay? So production planning. Here, keep in mind, I'm not dealing with, okay? I'm not dealing with financial. These are all non-financial. People, volume, production unit, okay? Production unit planning, okay? Production unit planning. So these are all unit planning I'm doing. Okay? So if you look at here, it is very specific. Okay, it's very specific. This is just an example. Okay, just an example. All right. Number 2, what is involved in this one? Okay. Number 2, what is involved here? These are all financial planning. Sales revenue. Okay. Sales revenue. How much revenue I'm going to? Okay. Sales revenue planning. Okay. That's one of the examples. Next is sales cost. Okay. It is not a revenue. It's a sales cost planning. Okay. Sales cost planning. It's not only that. It's a cash flow planning. Okay, I'm going to plan for my cash flow. Okay, I'm going to plan for my cash flow. I'm going to plan for my P&L. Okay, I'm going to plan for like now. Okay, now capital. Okay, capital expenditure planning. Okay, capital expenditure planning. So what is these are all financial side. Okay, so these are all deals with the finance. Okay, these are all deals with the finance. Okay, so these are all deals with the finance. And also this deals with what? Right? Like now, so capital expenditure. Okay, I can also deal with operational expenses planning. So these kind of planning, if you notice, it's primarily like around financial side. Okay, primarily for financial side. So the main focus of these things, okay, planning and consolidation. I'm not going to add forecasting separately, but forecast also is going to add. So if you look at the main focus, the primary focus. Okay, primary focus is this. Okay, this is the primary focus. This is the primary focus. Okay, primary focus. But it also, okay, it is also used for, okay, forecasting. Okay, also used for forecasting or scenario analysis. Okay, scenario analysis. So how do we analyze? What is it? We are going to see that. Okay, so it's also used for analyzing different business scenarios. Okay. Analyzing different business scenarios, but the primary focus is what? Using for okay, planning and then consolidation side. Okay, the primary focus is okay. Primary focus is okay. Primary focus
has left the conference.
Below, but it can be also used for forecasting and then also scenario analysis. So when it comes to consolidation, what am I consolidating? Consolidating multiple financial statements. Okay, consolidating multiple financial statements into a single statement. Okay, so we will, when we move along, you will learn a lot. Okay, as of now, you just need to
has left the conference.
What it does. Okay, understand this one. So under consolidation, I told you under business plan, non-financial planning, financial planning. Okay, non-financial planning, financial planning. When it comes to consolidation, we deal with primarily 2 aspects. Okay, so one is at a legal side, another one is the managerial side. Okay, legal, another one is the managerial. Okay, legal and then managerial. Under legal, okay, I will tell you what is legal consolidation. Okay, legal consolidation. Okay, legal consolidation, managerial consolidation. Okay, it's not a legal, managerial consolidation. Okay, so this is basically managerial consolidation. What am I consolidating? Okay, I can consolidate multiple different transactions, or I can consolidate multiple different investments. Okay, I can consolidate my investments, or I can consolidate my transactions. Right? Okay, so here, what I'm going to consolidate. If you look at, so I can divide this at 2 levels: legal level, and I can also divide this at a managerial level. Okay, legal consolidation, for example, okay, IRS. Okay, it's a legal body. Okay. So creating financial statements for IRS. Okay, creating
financial statement, okay, FS financial statement for IRS because it's a legal body, okay. So creating a financial statement for IRS. So here, creating a financial statement for managers who's in the executives in the company, okay. Creating financial statement for the manager in the company, okay, the manager, okay, the manager in a company, okay, manager in a company, okay. So you have a manager who is in the company who wanted a financial statement, okay, who wanted a financial statement. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to create the financial statement for legal conditions, okay, legal need. This is not a legal need, it's a need from the manager, okay, it's a need from the manager. All right. Now when it comes to, I can do two things, okay. What am I going to consolidate? Okay. You could consolidate, okay, here two things. One is any transaction that you performed or any investment that you made, okay. So here any transactions or you can do investment. So this is further goes down, okay, this further goes down. So one is on a investment. How much invested? I want to consolidate that one, okay. Again, these are all you will learn, okay. I'm just giving you an idea what problem it solves, okay, what problem it solves. So here we are talking about, okay, consolidating transactions, okay, transactions, okay, transactions. So I'm consolidating all my transactions because I operate globally, multiple locations, okay. You take Walmart as a company. Walmart very much operates throughout the world, okay. Multiple currency, multiple locations. How do we consolidate that transaction? Next is investments, okay. Investment. I made some investments, okay. I invested in several different properties. I want to consolidate that one, okay. I want a house, I want a building, I want a car, I want to consolidate what those values are. Same goes to here too, okay. Same goes to here too, okay. So this is basically what it is. Now, these are the problems it solves, okay. These are the problems it solves, okay. So these are the problems it solves, okay. So now, what is the expected outcome of all of this, okay. The expected outcome of all of this, okay. The expected outcome from here, okay, from here, okay, from here, okay, from here, from here. So what kind of outcome we are going to expect, okay? What kind of outcome we are going to expect from each one of this, okay? What is this? These are all our problems. These are all business problems, okay? These are all business problems, okay? SAP BPC solutions overview, okay? Solutions overview, or what problem we are solving, okay? Overview. So what problem we are solving? What kind of solution we are developing? So if you look at all of this, okay, if you look at all of this, whatever you do, okay, what is going to give you back, okay? So what is it going to give you back? So these are all giving you back reports, okay? Outcome of this is going to be whatever you do, okay? Whatever you do, the outcome is going to be a report, okay? The outcome is going to be a report. So what I'm going to get out of this one? Outcome, okay? What is the outcome, okay? Outcome is a report. What kind of reports? It could be a management report or it could be a statutory report. Okay. Outcome is going to be what? A report. You create a report. So what kind of report we are going to create? Okay. The report that I'm going to create here, it could be a management report or it could be a statutory report. Okay. A management report or it could be a financial statement. Okay. So it could be a management report. Okay. It could be a report needed by a management. Example, management reporting. Okay. Management reporting. Okay. Management reporting. Or it could be a statutory reporting, okay, a statutory reporting, okay, statutory reporting. So what I'm going to create or what I'm going to get out from here, okay, either a management reporting or statutory reporting, okay, a management reporting or a statutory reporting, okay, a statutory reporting, okay, statutory reporting. So what I want you to make sure you understand, once you've done everything, what is it I'm going to produce to the management? The management is going to produce a set of reports, okay, a set of reports, okay, reports or a financial statement, okay, report or a financial statement, okay, financial statement. So what I'm going to create, okay, no matter what you do, the management wanted to see, okay, it's a report. It could be a management report needed by the management or it could be report needed by the legal bodies, okay, legal bodies. So overall, what BPC is going to focus on, okay, BPC is going to focus on business planning, financial consolidation. Outcome of that, it's going to be reports. While doing that,
by default, it's letting you to do forecast, it's letting you to do budget. Okay, so this will let you do forecast, budget. Okay, forecast, budget. So to do this one, what we need, okay, to do this one, okay, what we need and how it works. Okay, so BPC solution, to do BPC, develop BPC solution, what we need, okay, to develop this type of solution, okay, this type of solutions, what we need, okay, what we need. So we need data, okay, so we need data, okay, so this is actual data. What we need actual data, okay, we need actual data, okay, we need actual data. When I say actual, the transactions that occur, okay, actual transactions that occur in a business, okay, actual transactions, okay, actual transactions, okay, that are occurred, okay, that are
Has left the conference.
in a business, okay, in a business. So the actual transactions that are occurred in a business, okay, that occur in a business. So we need to know those kind of, okay, data. So this is basically what we need, okay. So what we need this data. We take this one and then go to the next step, okay. So what this does, this from actual it goes to plan, okay. This is future data, okay. This is plan. It's a future data, okay. Data future, okay. It's a future data for business, okay. Future data for business. All right. Then from here we are going for variance, okay. So this is the forecast, okay. This is the forecast, okay. This is the forecast, okay. This is the forecast. We have actual, okay. Where do we get the actual? This is where we have SAP ECC kind of systems are coming.
Suresh
Has joined the conference.
If you notice, this is where you have systems like an SAP ECC, okay, Oracle, okay, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, okay, File, whatever, okay, etc. So these are all going to give you the actuals. You take the actuals and do the plan, okay. So that's on the business planning side, okay. That's on the business planning source. So these are all what? Different sources which feed the data. So you take those data and take as a, this is from here we'll get an actual. From actual, I'm going to go to plan. From plan, I'm going to do forecast, okay. So when I have these guys, okay, when I compare this, okay, when I compare these two, okay, so whatever I have, okay, when I compare these two, okay, when I compare these two, what I'm going to get the variance, okay. So the variance will let me take action, okay. So when I compare these two, so I'm going to get variance, okay. I'm going to get variance, okay. So this is going to lead me towards identify the variance. So what the variance is going to lead me to? Take action, okay. Take action, okay. Take action, okay. Take action. So variance could be either positive or negative, okay. This could be, okay. This could be a positive or negative one, okay. So that will let you take an action, okay. So it's an analytical system, okay. It's an analytical system where you could take an action. So this is for the planning side, okay. This is for the planning side. So the next one is this for the planning side. What we need, okay, to develop this type of planning solution, okay. This type of planning solution, what we need this one. Next is to build this type of, okay, this is a planning solution. To build this type of consolidation solution, okay, consolidation solution. What we need, okay, so we need the same actual. Keep in mind, here also we need the actual. From actual, what we do consolidate, okay, we do consolidate. So consolidation means taking all of them, putting them into together. Then we prepare statement, okay, consolidation. After consolidation, do reporting, okay, do reporting, okay. Reporting, okay. So here we do reporting. So point is, whatever we do, okay. So this is a consolidation, okay. Consolidated view of the data, okay. View of data, okay. View of data. Then this is basically reporting presentation. So we take actual, okay, can be from anywhere, do consolidate and view the data. So point what I'm trying to make you understand. What kind of solution we build in BPC? This is what we build in BPC. If you look at here, obviously we are dealing with actual, plan, and forecast, and do consolidation. One point, when I say legal consolidation, this is at a company level. Okay, this is at a company level. Okay, at a company level. Okay, at a company level,
we are dealing with, okay, at the company level, okay. What do you mean by company level, okay? So you take Intel or any as a company, okay. So this is a company level, okay. This is at the company level. What do you mean by that, okay? So I'm going to tell you in a minute, okay. This is the company level. The next one is at the business unit level, okay. Manage it not at a company, at a specific business unit, at a business unit level, okay, at a business unit level. So this is at the business unit level, okay. This is at the business unit level. So here I'm not dealing with the company, I'm at the business unit level. What exactly means by this? You take Intel as a company, okay. You take Intel Incorporation. I always use Intel, okay. Number one, I live right next to this corporate headquarters, okay. Where is it? It's in USA, okay. It's where is it? It is in USA, okay. This is located in USA, okay. Fine. So Intel Incorporation, where it is located, this in USA. How Intel operates as a company? They operate multiple different locations. Intel has an office in Asia Pacific, okay. Intel has an office in Asia Pacific, okay. It is an Asia Pacific headquarters or region, okay, whatever you call it. It's the Intel Asia Pacific region. Intel also has an office in Europe, okay. Intel also has an office in Europe, okay. It's in Europe. Intel also has an office in Middle East Asia. Intel also has an office in Middle East Asia, okay. Middle East Asia, okay. Like that, wherever they have an office, you can list everything, okay. You can list everything. So this is basically how Intel as a company operates, okay. How Intel as a company operates. Under Asia Pacific, what are they doing? They have an office in India. They also have an office in Singapore, okay, in China, on every location. So this is basically how Intel works, okay. How Intel works. So what I'm saying, when we say company, what that means? When we say business unit, what that means? So under here we have
Anderson
okay.
Has left the conference.
I have different countries, okay. Under here we have different countries are coming, okay. So here I have different countries which is coming here, okay. So what kind of different countries are here? So this will have different countries. So Singapore, which comes under here, okay. I have Singapore here. So this is Singapore, okay. This is Singapore. So and it also has Japan, okay. It also has Japan, and it also has India, okay. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm just giving an idea, okay. So Japan, okay. So then it has India, okay. India. So point is, this is how Intel operates, okay. Okay, heck. Okay, so how Intel operates, Intel basically divides into regions. Each region will have a country. Now when I go here, okay, if I take here, underneath I have different functions, okay, underneath I have different functions. What function I'm doing here? So here I have HR.
Zoe J. Anderson
I have sales and
Has
marketing.
joined the conference.
Here I have HR functions. And I also have sales function, okay, I also have sales function. I also have, okay, customer function, okay, sales, okay, sales. And then I also have CRM, okay, customer relationship. So point is, these are all business units. When you do consolidation at the business unit level, that's a manager, okay. So these are all individual companies, okay. So here, what is it? It's a company, okay. This is a company, okay. Because of the tax and everything, it's a company, okay. This is a company code. It's an individual company code. If I do consolidation at this level, okay, these are all individual companies, okay. So these are all individual companies. So these are all individual companies, okay. These are all individual companies because that's how the legal structure is set up, okay. So they set up as a company, okay. They set up as a company. So when I do consolidation, okay, if that consolidation is going to take place at an individual company level, okay, even though they all operate as one company, but for tax and other reasons, internally it's managed as a separate company. So those are all company code level consolidation. Legal means I'm doing consolidation at the company code level. At a business unit level, that means I'm not dealing with a company, a specific business unit. Whatever this business unit is that, okay, I want to consolidate. So this is the business unit, okay. This is the business unit, okay, individual business unit. Why? So this is not a legal lead, it's the performance of the business unit who needs managers, okay, who needs managers. So IRS what needs? IRS needs the, like, Intel need to report. At this level, we need to report IRS of USA. So here, we need to report, Okay, Intel needs to report to IRS or USA. So whatever the USA IRS expected from Intel, Intel should be in a position to provide this. How do we provide? Okay, because I'm a global company, I'm operating very much throughout the world. I need to consolidate. Okay, I need to consolidate. So here, this is needed by, okay, so who needs this one? So here, this is internal need, okay. Intel needs to report to IRS of Singapore, okay, IRS of, so whatever the revenue service. So under such situation, there has to be a consolidation need to take place. Whatever you do here needs to be consolidated. Again, I don't want to rush. I just wanted to give you an idea what I mean by company code level, what I mean by business unit level. Okay, there are more to learn this one. We will be spending a lot of time. That's why I told you, like, I don't believe in dealing this one, like, 5 weeks, 10 weeks. It really requires solid time. Okay, it really requires solid time to understand. All right, now go to the. This is what I wanted to give you an overview of what kind of problem you are fixing in BPC. Okay, when I say BPC, includes everything. CW, BOBJ, everything it includes. So one is the business planning side, financial consolidation, forecast and budgeting included automatically. So here, when you look at the solution point of view, okay, so when a company has this complex structure, we need to have, like, their automated system to consolidate all the financial statements or the investments. Okay, if an Intel is making an investment in a different regions, because each location the currency is different. Okay, if you look at Asia Pacific alone, how many currencies? Singapore dollar, Japanese yen, Indian rupee. When you go to Euro, there's a European currency. Middle East, there's so many different currencies. How do we consolidate all those things? Okay, that is quite complex. Okay, all right. So that's basically what I want to talk about the solution overview. Still, we have more to discuss on this one that I'm going to spend the next class. What I want to do, I want to give you a homework.
Suresh.
Has left the conference.
Okay, homework. So I was hoping that I could get to the application architecture where I can talk more about BPC 10.0. It didn't happen. That's fine. So what I want to do, okay, I want you to give me an example. Okay, examples, business examples, not just random examples. Okay, business examples. Okay, for actual, okay, plan, budget, and forecast. Okay, so a business example for actual, plan, budget, and forecast. Okay, business example. I don't want stories. Okay, I don't want definitions. I don't want definition. I'm going to write down here. Okay, I don't have time to read all those things. Okay, no definitions, no stories, please. Okay, no story. Okay, no story, no definition. Okay, no definition. So give me business scenarios. Okay, give me business scenarios. Okay, give me business scenarios. Okay, for each one. Okay, each one. All right. So for each one of them, I need business scenarios. Okay, business scenarios. Okay, business scenarios. Okay, I want business scenarios. So next is the difference between. Okay, difference. Okay, difference between planning, budgeting, forecasting. Okay, and difference between planning. Difference between planning, budgeting, forecasting, and actuals. Okay, so what's the difference between these guys? Okay, what's the difference between these guys? So what is plan, what is budget, what is forecast, and actual? Same thing, more from business point of view. Okay, more from business point of view. I don't want stories. Okay, what do you mean by business scenarios? Mr. Ravi, you are a chartered accountant, right? So Ravi has a question. Okay, his question is, what I mean by business scenarios. Okay, so take an example.
Has joined the conference.
So Intel is planning to sell a new product in the market. So Intel has to plan for that, right? So the new product
has joined the conference.
XYZ core processor. Okay, the core processor has been planned to sell in the month of January. Okay, 1 million in Asia Pacific. What is that? That's the plan. That is a scenario. Okay, that is a scenario. So I am not saying that, like, no, you don't know how to deal this one. You do know. Okay, it's just a matter of how do you package it. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Okay, example. If you're not sure. Okay, example. In 2000, okay, in 2012, okay, in 2012, install planning tool, okay, planning. It's a planning tool. Keep the word planning, okay, keep the word planning to sell, okay. So sell 1 million, okay, 1 million XYZ processor, okay, processor in UK, okay, in UK. So what is it? It's a scenario. So this is nothing but planning. What is it? 1 million in UK, okay. Now you could say, same example for forecast and same example. Use the same example to describe forecast. Use the same example to describe the actual and also budget. To do this one, what Intel has to do? Intel has to do a marketing campaign. Nobody knows about XYZ. So that means there's some money need to be spent for marketing. That means you have to do campaign planning, promotion, trade promotion planning. Then that will lead towards budget. Okay? So describe that kind of scenario. Okay? I don't want stories, what it is. Okay? So I'm saying describe such scenarios. Is it clear, Ravi? Are you able to follow? Ravi, so you asked me a question. I just told you what I am expecting from you. I need business scenarios, not examples, not definitions. So I don't want to listen what actual means, what plan means, what budget means. Okay? So I just gave you an example. This is what Intel is planning to. So for this, okay, they need to, okay, they need to do a marketing campaign, okay, marketing or a trade promotion, okay, trade promotion. Okay, so this requires a budget. Okay, this requires a budget. Okay, so like you see, we are touching planning. Okay, we are touching planning. We see we are touching budget. Okay, we see we are touching budget. Now you could say they bring the same way actual, bring the same way forecast. Is that clear, Ravi? All right, gentlemen. I don't know whether you are able to. Okay. All right. So now let's move on. So one is business example for actual, plan, budget, and forecast. Difference between planning, budgeting, forecasting, and actual. Okay. More around business. Okay. More around business. Okay. More around business. Okay. More around business context. Okay. So I want you to send me these two. Okay. You can send us a Word document. Okay. You can send your answers. You can send your answers as a Word doc. Okay, Word doc, not as an email body content, not as an email body content. Okay. So anyway, I was hoping that I could started this one. Hoping to start this one, but since I was answering all the questions and everything, I couldn't get to this one. So this is the fun part where we really get to see a lot of insights about the product. Okay, we didn't complete this one. Maybe we'll have it in the next class. Okay, we'll start with the next class. We will start this with next class. Okay, with the next class. So I got emails. I'm hoping that I'll get emails from people about session on next week. So based on the majority, we will decide whether we're going to have it or not. Okay. But either class, I will let you know by Wednesday whether we'll have the class or not. Okay. So all right, I'm going to stop here, and I'm also going to give you a minute. Okay, Thangavelu, I don't think you have enough understanding and talk about roles. Okay. I need to explain this one more. Okay. Then only we can go to for roles. Okay. I don't think we are ready to talk about roles. Okay. So we need to really spend some time to get more clarity around this one. I need to still flesh out. Okay. So these are all very high level abstract. Now we need to take specifics and deal this one. Okay. Then we have more clarity. Then we can deal. So since we
has left the conference.
Typically, what role that is involved? Okay. So in a BPC implementation role. Okay. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. So BPC implementation roles. Okay. Implementation roles. Okay. So the best way to understand
has left the conference.
Let's do this one. Hold on. Okay. Please, we should be studying blocks. No, come on. Why do you need to study blocks now? Okay? I've said I'm going to send you the book. Okay? Why do you need to study blocks? Gentlemen, don't worry about all those things. Okay? Don't study any blocks now. Okay? Just follow the class. Okay? So Thangavelu, I want to tell you this one. go to the website. See this one created. There's a project plan here. Click it. So hold on. So go to this project plan. This gives you a complete picture. Okay. 1 second. Let it open. Okay. Yeah, I'll be sending the slide deck. Everything will be presented to you. Don't worry. So what we're looking at here.
Suresh.
Has joined the conference.
Is basically like the project plan. When you go to where org charts, so this will tell you different roles that is involved at a high level. Okay, you will get to know. You will have a BPP team, you have a BI team, then you have a project manager, delivery team, whatever that is called. Then you have different people that is involved. So this will give you a high level idea. And not only that, overall, like if you are looking for project point of view, what is involved, there is a lot of content in it. So this will give you more clarity. Even the report list, what kind of report you build, okay? What kind of report you build. So all those things will give you, okay, an org chart. I would say take a look at this one. Then we will discuss the role which is going to be you will be playing or what role suitable to you in the next class. I don't want to rush this one. The next class will do. Okay. All right. So book will be sent. This slide deck will be sent. Okay. Don't worry about anything else buying from outside. Nothing. Okay. This slide deck I will be sending immediately after the class. I will send you this one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop here. Okay. If you have any questions on the topic what is discussed, please reach out to me. Any topic what is discussed in this class. Okay. Any topic, whatever topic that we discuss here. Any questions around this one, call me or send me an email. Okay. I'm actually flying. I have a flight in the evening around 4 o'clock. So before that, if you want to talk, that's fine. We can talk. All right. Thank you very much for taking some time to join today's class. I truly appreciate. As I said, this is just getting started. Okay. Just getting started. Right? We are not even like now reached a point fraction of second percent. Okay. Just getting started. All right. There are more things to come, more things to learn, more things to contribute. We will deal. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Has left the conference. Has left the conference. Has left the conference.
Zoe Janison.
Has left the conference.
Shola.
Has left the conference. Has left the conference.